for an update from Surprise, plus appearances throughout the week on Fescoe and Dusty and The Drive Show. Make sure to subscribe to the All Things Burn channel wherever you listen on demand. Royals coverage live in Arizona all month long right here on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hi, this is Toby along with Jason Goodcall from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Man, with all this bad weather, I need some good news.
Well, the good news here, we've got truck month at Lewisburg Ford, Toby. So until the end of March, we've got the best time of the year to buy new trucks at Lewisburg Ford.
What kind of money am I going to save?
You can save a ton of money, Toby. Our $50 over invoice pricing saves Kansas City thousands of dollars, up to $16,000 off a brand new 2024 F-150 Super Crew.
It's no wonder you have sold more F-150 Ford pickups in the greater Kansas City area for 8 years in a row.
Yeah, that's right. Number one in the state of Kansas 4 years in a row, Toby. So we sell a lot of pickup trucks, and it's because of our price and our selection.
You sell a lot of vehicles, period.
Absolutely.
Yes. It is no games, no gimmicks, the absolute best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Now, how much off?
$16,000 off a top MSRP.
How long?
All the way till the end of March.
All right.
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online, no medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
This is your home for Royals baseball.
Pasquantino smacks it deep to right field. His second home run of the game. And a swing and a fly ball. Well hit. Deep right. That ball is gone. A 3-run homer. A bat flip from MJ Melendez. Witt dodge, smothers it on the grass to his feet. Throw to first. Oh, he got him. What a play. Bobby Witt Jr. He is spectacular.
Royals and Guardians on opening day right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Wow, it's cold in the studio. Woo! I mean, a solid 57 degrees in here. Thank God I'm in a sweatshirt. It is quite the chill on this St. Patrick's Day on a Monday here on 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty here on 96.5 The Fan. No Fescoe all week.
All week?
All week, man. But you better be careful. You better be careful. He's got his spies listening in, Mac.
Oh, of course. They're lurking.
They are. We call it Fescoe Lord Varies around here. He's got the spiders in the walls.
Yep.
Game of Thrones reference. How you doing? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Wasn't the most ideal weekend. Snow on Saturday.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Woke up Sunday. It's like, where am I?
Yeah, what's going on?
This is great. But no, it was a fantastic weekend. Happy hour on Friday. Max first time in Lee Summit, maybe his last.
No, it was great. I loved it, man. Good vibe.
Yeah.
The end there got a little murky, but it was good.
Yeah, it was probably the Moscow mules you ordered.
That I slurped down.
Yeah, I mean,
20
slammed
minutes.
them as if like somebody was going to steal them from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody around you except me and my buddy Alex. That's it.
Yeah, I got a little murky after that, but it was good. It was fun. It was a fun time.
That's what happy hour will do to you.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You eat something light, you're like, oh, I'm good to go.
I'm good, man.
And then that food is gone after like 2 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Which is always nice. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Had fun. It was, Friday was kind of like the prelimp to what's happening over the weekend. You had Selection Sunday, which was great. Not the same without Mr. Gumble, R.I.P.
Yeah. Absolutely. That was sad.
Good. They did a good tribute to him. I thought that was great. Everybody had sappy eyes before they started the whole, release of everything. So, it is what it is. But
yeah, it's one of those things you don't know until it's gone, right? You know how amazing Greg Gumble is, and then he's actually not there, and you're like, wow, damn, he really added something here.
It's like that pure nostalgia that's no longer there anymore because it's unfortunately been taken away from us. But it is one of those unfortunate things that life always moves on, but you have to get past that. And it was like right after the tribute. All right, let's go to the South region where Auburn is the number 1 seed overall. Do you love Selection Sunday?
Oh, it's great.
Because a lot of people, obviously, like Ben Maller will make fun of it and be like, oh, yeah, we're all experts after, they literally, not everybody's that way. Some people just like the thrill. Of course, I think the North Carolina thing kind of really took it all away. Like, everybody's like, and then, of course, I tweeted out, like, you really thought they were going to take North Carolina out?
Yeah.
So they get a play-in game. They get a chance. Other teams get robbed as well. But, no, it was a fun weekend. St. Patrick's Day is today. So the question we will ask, and then we'll get into our take later on. So if you're up and you're around and you're able to text 913-586-7965. When did you know that Patrick Mahomes was a Saint? When was the St. Patrick's Day moment for you when it comes to Mahomes? I know that there are many people out there that, don't give a rip that St. Patrick's Day is on a Monday. They'll still go to the parade, call in sick, have the green flu on Monday and Tuesday. But not one that I normally partake in. It has to be like one of those perfect settings. It has to fall like on a Friday or a Saturday.
Same.
Today, obviously, I know there's a lot of people that eat the corned beef and cabbage and do all that sort of stuff. Then have Reuben sandwiches on Tuesday. Fire. Big Reuben guy. Huge Reuben guy.
Really? I mean, they're all right.
Love me a rye bread. Love me a sauerkraut and Russian dressing or a Thousand Island.
Pass.
Oh, baby.
Pass.
No way?
No, I'm out.
51st annual St. Patrick's Day parade downtown KC. Ain't done.
So you're doing that? Are you doing that tonight? They're not eating that tonight?
No. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't want to cook it.
You're not going to seek it out and cook it. Yeah.
No, I'll get a Reuben at Arby's. Which sounds sketch.
We have the beats.
Yeah. But they actually do have a good Reuben. Good French dip.
Great French dip.
Underrated.
Arby's underrated in general. Great fries.
Yeah. Number 2 on the fry chain.
Who's number 1?
Ronald's.
Yeah. That's good. That's fair.
Right? Like fry chain, quarterback chain.
Yeah.
McDonald's is Mahomes. Curly fry is Josh Allen.
Really good. But
crinkle cut is Culver's, which is Lamar Jackson.
That's fine, yeah.
We're 5 minutes in, food quarterback comps.
Exactly,
right?
yeah,
That's where we're at already. Fries, quarterbacks. Who are these guys and what are they talking about? But no, it's a fun weekend. 913-586-7965. Wacky sort of weekend, though, with the weather-wise. But Friday was nice. Saturday, good. Selection Sunday on Sunday as well. As good games.
Great games. Yeah.
Everybody gets to pick who they think's going to make a deep run in the tournament, which obviously we'll dive into the bracketology stuff.
Yeah, we'll get further
a little bit later. But
that.
overnight, Cincinnati.
Huge news, man. Yeah, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins both locked up.
That's
2
right.
4-year deals. Both 4-year deals, I should say.
Jamar Chase now said, I don't want to be the highest paid wide receiver, but did you see what Myles Garrett got? I want more than that.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, I believe is the accurate stat there.
161 over 4 years for Jamar, 115 over 4 for T. Higgins. So right there, $285, $86 million.
And then Burrow's contract.
And then Burrow's contract.
So they are now at a point where they have to draft and develop.
Draft really well. Yep. Every year.
Because I would assume that Hendrickson's probably not coming back with the money that they've just spent on those three players locked up. They trust their offense moving forward.
You better.
I mean,
shoot, yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in, that are Cincinnati fans like Drew as well. He'll be talking about it. I know Gold will probably make fun of it, which is fine. But I mean, when you're Jamar Chase and you do exactly what you're supposed to do and you go into the contract negotiations, you go in there with an attitude of,
who's the man of the game? I am. You guessed it. Why not? Who knows? I do. Never talk to me about before. This guy is me. That's how I know you know.
No doubt about it. Jamar Chase gets absolutely paid, dude. Shout out to Robinson.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, they didn't have defense. They lost all these. Well, the only reason they were in a lot of these games is the flip side is because of Jamar Chase and how good he is and what he can do and how polarizing he is to a defense. Double him doesn't matter. I mean, he's still going to do it. Short, long game, he's great.
The other thing that's surprising is they locked up T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Stud receiver, top really 20 receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
So now you have wide receiver 2.
Yep.
And wide receiver 18, quarterback 3.
Yep.
So you're telling your offense, we're good here. We've got to figure out how we can stop people on defense because we're not bringing back the guy that's had 17 and a half sacks back-to-back years. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they find some sort of, feeling that he can be, they can get this thing figured out on defense because right now, I mean, look, it's kind of the way the Chiefs did it. That one great draft that Brett Veach had. I say great. He's had good drafts, but that one was great. When he got Karlaftis and McDuffie and Chenal and Cook and all those guys in that draft. And McDuffie ends up being possibly your future at corner. Chenal's great for what he does.
Fantastic.
Right? Hustle,
versatile.
And then, that defense was good enough to go get you back-to-back. You didn't bring in Tyreek Hill. Now, again, I don't know where you want to put the two in their two best years, but Jamar Chase did something Tyreek Hill never did, and that was lead the league in every single statistical category that matters. Touchdown, catches, yards.
Only 24.
Right. Very young.
Very young.
Very good. And
still get better.
I had the take, if he wants that much money, do you give it to him or do you go try to get other pieces around him and trust Joe Burrow? Well, they said 2 middle fingers to Dusty Likens, which is not an unpopular thing that happens these days. But they said, we're going to keep this guy because we want to keep our team morale there, which our team morale is built around number 9. Keep him happy, keep him satisfied. This team can figure it out. Now, you have to think, next year when you're betting Cincinnati, you're taking the over every single game. Right? Because they're just going to go out there, and I think what they're saying to everybody is that we'll figure it out enough on defense to where we can continue with this offense and try to be a threat towards Baltimore, Kansas City,
Buffalo,
Houston, those type of teams, Pittsburgh, and try to keep up with the offensive form that is the NFL. But again, a lot of questions on the defensive side for Cincinnati, but those questions don't need to be asked yet. I guess they could be. We'll see where they go in the draft. They pick mid because they grinded it out all season. So it would have been different, right, if they were terrible picking in the top 7 and could go get a legit defensive player. And maybe they still do because of all the running back power that's in this draft. A few are going to go in the first round, which a lot of people say do not draft running backs in the first round. There's 15 to 20 running backs to be taken. Obviously, 3 teams are taking quarterbacks. Yep. That takes out 3 teams in the draft. Now you're picking like top 10, right? If you're, what do they have, like the 16th pick or the 17th pick? So you take away 3 quarterbacks, right? That's 14. Take away maybe 2 wide receivers. Now you're top 12, and no defensive players are there. So they trust what they're going to do in the draft. I don't know what Cincinnati's going to do. I don't trust Cincinnati to be that team to kind of figure it out because they haven't done it in the past. But for a team that has been very cheap in the past, they were very, very expensive and rich over this weekend.
Yeah, they were. And to me, my whole take this whole time has been sign Jamar, trade T. Higgins. And it seems we're so late in the process now that doesn't seem plausible. It seems like they are going to stick with these 2. But I would like this a lot if they said, okay, let's lock these both up. Now they can trade T. Higgins, get some draft capital, maybe get a young defensive player, but gain assets. Because you're right. Even if it's just Jamar or Jamar NT, what you're saying about drafting and developing, that has to be the plan now. If you are this money committed between, forget 3 players. Let's forget T. Higgins for a second. If you're this money committed to Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow on offense, you're doing that already on defense. That is every draft, every April. This is what we're doing. We're getting 3 or 4 defensive players, and maybe with whatever money you have left, you see if you can find a good deal at linebacker, an edge rusher, something in free agency this offseason.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We asked a question at the top of the show. It is St. Patrick's Day, so happy to all of you that are celebrating today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. The question we have for you is, when did you know Patrick Mahomes was a saint? What moment were you sitting there and going, all right, the Leonardo gif where he's like pointing the TV from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? Pointing, like when you did that, when you're like, that guy, that's St. Patrick. When was that day for you? A lot of people coming in with the QB comps to fries. Somebody says that waffle fries from Chick-fil-A or Joe Burrow. Still good, just not the best.
Yeah, that's good.
They hold their own.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
They're fantastic.
No doubt about
But
it.
that sauce makes it better. Chases that sauce.
Yeah. I just get the honey mustard every time.
Really?
Yeah, it's good honey mustard. It's the creaminess of the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Give me the cream, baby.
Ew. Coming up, college basketball has that it factor. We'll tell you who that is. And plus, there were Chiefs moves that have Jay Binkley going, I don't know what this team's doing. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friends at Foaling have got the perfect activity plan for you tonight. It's Bar League Jeopardy. Yeah, you better believe it. Every Monday night, they do Bar League Jeopardy at 7 o'clock, and it's free to play with weekly prizes. Plus, it's hosted by the trivia aficionados at Geeks Who Drink and their very own Jeopardy champ, Pat Kerr, who also tends bar at Foaling. It's an audio-visual experience that feels like you stepped right into the game of Jeopardy. You'll play it from your phone. You'll have a ton of fun. You'll enjoy their world-class bar that has a beer selection second to none, and you can bring your own food, or you can order from anywhere and have it delivered to Foaling. Plus, they have rotating Jeopardy-themed drink specials and features every Monday night. So get into Foaling tonight and play the Bar League Jeopardy, and more importantly, take advantage of Foaling and see what it's all about. It is football plus bowling plus bar, and that equals Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City. You set up the pins just like you're going to bowl, but instead, you're throwing the football at them. You're knocking them down, and you're having the time of your life. Reserve a lane now at FoalingKC.com. That's FoalingKC.com. Or just stop by at 435 in State Line and get your foal on.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. With credit card balances at an all-time high and Golden Oak's 5.25% rate, you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call. Call today and get your cash in as little as 14 days and make no payments for 2 months. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing cured my blues.
6.19 APR, FHA, 15-year, 20% equity qualified credit. Additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Spring may not officially be here until March 20th, but at Ryan Lawn and Tree, we've been preparing for spring all winter. This is Larry Ryan. Unlike companies that shut down for the season, our full-time Ryan pros train nonstop, studying the latest science to deliver even better results every year. No one brings more care and expertise to your lawn and landscape than a Ryan Pro in the Clean Red truck. Ryan Pros are full-time employee owners, many with degrees in horticulture and turf management. If you ever have a question or a special need, you never call an 800 number. You call your Ryan Pros mobile number and talk to an owner. Get your free lawn instant quote online. Just visit ryanlawn.com/spring and get started today. Sign up this month and take 50% off your first lawn application. Our 50% off spring offer is the only one that comes with a Ryan Pro. Visit ryanlawn.com/spring today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime-forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
It's time for basketball. And right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
All right, I got an update for you. Remember last week, I told you I started a Waken 180 weight loss? Well, in just 2 weeks, I've already lost 12 pounds. Yeah, 12 pounds in 2 weeks. And I know you're like, all right, Cody's been dodging all this stuff. You guys know we went out and did the big listener stuff last week. I'm not skipping dinners. I don't live in a bubble. It's not like that. It's been the opposite. So thanks to Awaken 180, I'm still living my normal life while dropping 12 pounds. Didn't stop me from doing all the normal stuff, just like you. Went to go watch basketball in person last week and everything else, all while losing the weight, and give you the tools you need to do it. Let them help you reach your weight loss goal, just exactly like they're doing for me. I wanted to improve my quality of life, and so can you. Makes me feel better, I feel better, and it's a weekly weight loss without the medications, and you receive free support for life. If you want to learn more, reserve your at-home consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com or give them a call, 844-346-1800.
The technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Missouri side, 70 westbound Bates City into Oak Grove with an accident blocking the right lane. And then past that, no delays heading into downtown. Money-back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products, you are securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at anthonyphc.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
The pictures tell the story. This life had many shades.
Makes me want to spark up a dart, pour a little Irish whiskey out.
Let's get it going.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. The sweet sounds of the Dropkick Murphys there. This is a concert you got to go to at some point in your life.
Yeah, this would be hype.
Oh, I mean, you thought you blacked out on Friday. Yeah. You be drinking Irish mules, man. Instead of that Viatka, they be giving you that Jameson.
I need more than a grilled chicken Caesar before that night.
You only need like half of it.
Yeah, that was probably also part of my my downfall.
To be 26 again. I'm really not that hungry, but I need something. 6 pieces of lettuce.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get going.
6 pieces of lettuce, 6 beers later, and 2 Moscow mules. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, bro, but
I'll tell you. It is St. Patrick's Day, so happy to all of you out there. I never got over the whole, like, if you didn't wear green, you got pinched.
Oh, yeah, you don't like getting pinched?
Who does? You ever met somebody that's like, you know, it's all right with me pinching?
Pinch me, man.
What's the Theo Von bit? He's like, you got to really hate somebody to get behind them and grab a little piece of skin on them. Like, it's like, oh, you're not wearing green. Like, don't do it again, please.
Stop.
Yeah. I'll turn into a damn leprechaun. You ever seen any of those movies, the Leprechaun movies?
No.
There's one called like Lep in the Hood. He raps. I'm pretty sure Jennifer Aniston's in it. She's like 22. Yeah, I mean young Jennifer Aniston.
Wow.
Before Rachel. I think
Yeah,
it's
wow.
Yeah, I think it's like it's called like Lep in the Hood, probably 1991.
Lep in the Hood. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I'll look it up.
Where's me gold? It's like a little dude going all crazy on people, like killing people looking for his gold. Typical leprechaun, I guess.
Aspiring rappers accidentally unleash a murderous leprechaun while seeking revenge on a record producer.
On God. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, 2000. There you go.
I think the rappers in it's like Run DMC. It's something crazy like that.
Nuts.
Came out in 2000.
Came out in 2000.
I think the first Leprechaun came out in like 93.
Oh, gotcha. So this is.
Oh, yeah. It's like the third one. There's like Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun 2, Lep in the Hood. Then there's like Leprechaun 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, excuse me. I was looking at Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. My fault.
Yeah, there's a remake of that. Okay, I didn't know that. He goes back to it. That's right. 913-586-7965. When did you know Patrick Mahomes was a Saint? A lot of responses coming in. I've got them written down. Somebody took Max. No one's taken mine yet. I guess I'm just a late bloomer to when I knew he was a Saint.
No one's taking yours. Wow.
No, but somebody's taking yours. Others are the same. But it is St. Patrick's Day. Happy to all of you that celebrate. When did you know Patrick Mahomes was, in fact, a Saint? 913-586-7965. So Sunday on Selection Sunday for me, Mac, is to me one of the best Sundays overall. Right? We'll get into Overreaction Monday here in about 8 minutes. But college basketball for March Madness had a scare this past week with Cooper Flag going down, right?
Yeah,
like
huge.
We all were like, oh no, this is Zion all over again. He's the reason why. Just coincidental, it's the same school. But Cooper Flag is going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. I don't believe he's coming back. I know the hype dream of one more year, you're a stud. It's a bad business decision.
Yeah, it just makes no sense financially.
Because the way the draft works is obviously they've changed the way rookie contracts are, but you get more, obviously, the higher you go up in the draft. He's going to go number 1 overall. Now, with the availability of NIL, if he's like, man, I don't really want to go to Charlotte and I really don't want to go to Portland, could be the 2 teams that pick first. I don't know. I think him and LaMelo would be great. I
think it'd be fun.
But again, he could also make the decision.
And Charlotte, close to his school. I mean, he would be the hometown kid. He would be.
Over.
Yes.
Right.
He'd be the star.
But he could wait if he wanted to with the circumstances that do arise in college sports today. But he is the player. Like, they're a number 1 seed. They're playing in the East as the number 1 overall seed in the East. It's Duke. He's that guy. They left him out of the ACC championship games and all that sort of stuff.
Still won it. I mean, that just shows you how loaded their freshman class is. So good, man.
And now all eyes will be on him. Can he carry that torch? I believe he can. When I watched them play Wake Forest, I think it was in the last regular season game of the college
of the
basketball season. I don't know if maybe it was North Carolina they played last, but either way, they played Wake Forest. He showed some of those characteristics, right? They blew them out, like almost by 30. And he was out there until like the final 5 minutes of the game, ooping people, dunking, flexing, showing that sort of anger that you get from the Duke player in the past. Like, oh, this guy's annoying. But he is the it factor for this tournament. He has to be playing. He has to be dominant for college basketball to have other stories. Because out of the number 1 seeds, which are Houston, Auburn, Duke, and Florida.
Florida, yep.
Right? Like, Florida's dangerous.
So good.
Right? But
got the best of my Vols, that's for sure.
Right. But, the thing about it is, college basketball and this tournament, like, I thought Bob made a really good point about college basketball. Like, there's college basketball and then there's tournament college basketball, right?
Yeah.
Which is obvious. It's not like a tough one to figure out. But, like, you'll probably watch the play-in games. You're probably going to fill out a bracket, whether you know what the hell you're doing or not. But a lot of it is going to be, I'm going to watch these number 1 seeds. I'm going to see what Cooper Flag's doing. I'm going to see what these teams do because, like you had mentioned, a lot of these guys play for the name on the front of their jersey and at the back of their jersey.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about college basketball. Cooper Flag, he's coming back for March Madness. He is the number 1 overall pick. He does not have to play a lick of these next 2 or 3 weeks, and he would be the number 1 overall pick, $12 million guaranteed coming his way. Instead, he's like, you know what? I just sprained my ankle. I'm coming back in 5 days. I'm playing for my team. I want to win a national championship. He could get injured. Like, there is a chance he could get seriously hurt and he would not be the number 1 overall pick. He is risking money. Something that we don't see in football anymore, but for whatever reason has stuck true here in basketball. Even with NIL, we've got these guys giving their all in this tournament. And I love it. It's fantastic. It's what the sport needs. And I'll add on, For college basketball, they need Cooper Flagg. For the NBA, Dusty, how often have we talked about the NBA needs stars? I need to know who these guys are. Well, the first introduction to the stars, to Steph Curry, to a Kevin Durant, is NCAA March Madness. That's where they get their face, their names in front of all of America. Cooper Flagg, his journey to stardom, his journey to being the new face of the NBA, it starts next weekend. It starts this upcoming weekend, this Thursday and Friday. And he needs to be there.
What do we say the stat is? He could be the first overall white guy for the United States, go number 1 overall since Bill Walton in 1974.
Yep. First American-born Caucasian, first overall since Bill Walton.
Since Bill Walton in 1974 out of UCLA. That's insane.
It's insane.
I don't know. Again, I don't know how people intake their March Madness. I know some people, we have Missouri at 6:30 on Thursday, and we have Kansas at 6:10 on Thursday. Kansas will be on CBS at 6:10. Missouri 6:35-ish on True TV.
True TV, yep.
So not only that, Kansas and Missouri in the same bracket, right? Would have to take a miracle. Would have to be a Sweet 16 showdown, right? Missouri's got to beat, who do they have?
Missouri's got
Drake. Got Drake, who's good.
Yeah, good 30-3 on the season.
Again, this is where we get lost in the madness, right? Because you look at Drake's schedule, 30-3, but who all do they play?
Who they play?
Right?
Yeah.
They're the most dominating team in their conference, I believe. I couldn't tell you 3 teams that play in Drake's conference, but shame on me.
Heard of him.
Right? But Missouri SEC team, right? Missouri plays a lot of tough competition throughout the season. Beat Florida, by the way, early on in the season.
Yeah.
Beat Kansas as the number 1 overall team early on in the season. Beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Right?
Some
beat
serious wins. Almost beat Tennessee.
Now finished their season, I think 1-4. Lost to Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, won their first game in the tournament, and then lost to Florida. Which, Florida, how you
number
doing?
1 best team in the league, in the NCAA right now.
They're so big. They're so fast. They're huge.
They're hot. They make everything. They're deep.
And what's crazy is Florida's best game, the toughest game they played in the tournament was against Mizzou. And Mizzou was out without their big player in the center. So, again, it's crazy. Kansas will play John Calipari in Arkansas because, of course, March always does this, right? And if Bill Self wants to play Missouri, he's got to get through the 2 Italian mobsters. He's got to get through Calipari, and then he's got to beat Patino at St. John's.
What's going on?
So Kansas, tough road to get to Missouri. Missouri, meh, to get to Kansas.
Yeah.
They got to beat, obviously, Drake. Then they would have to beat probably Texas Tech. Texas Tech, a good team in the Big 12. Solid team in the Big 12. That would be your second-round games. That would be played Saturday. But please, for the love of every God that is inside the March Madness tournament, can we somehow get the rematch and get the Sweet 16 battle? Probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. But one can dream.
That'd be fantastic.
Give me that one shiny moment.
Yes.
Tigers, Jayhawks, Saturday at 3. Everybody loses their mind. The bars are divided in half. One side of the state is yellow and gold, or gold and black. The other side is crimson and blue. And everybody's going at it again. We have that rivalry that sparks back up.
Yes.
These are the types of things that can make March Madness be a spring chicken, no pun intended. But you have Cooper Flagg, star out of Duke, right? You have Florida, who blew everybody away with how they played in the SEC tournament. Because what did Billis tell us earlier in the season? Whoever wins the SEC tournament is the most impressive team in the entire land. Well, Florida just did that. They beat a fighting dog team that is the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yep.
Right? They beat Mizzou, who's a good team in the SEC, had a really good bounce back year.
14 SEC teams in the tournament.
14 out of the 16 possible. I don't know what's worse, being another division or being the 2 that got left out.
Yeah, exactly.
Tough sledding. But yeah, you get KU versus Drake on Thursday at 6:35. Mizzou versus Drake 6:35 or 6:30ish on True TV on Thursday. Kansas at 6:10 on CBS against
back,
Arkansas.
baby. Yep.
It's right there.
It's gonna be awesome.
Thursday night's loaded.
It's gonna be so good.
Order your pizza now. Yep. Automatically already tip the driver.
100%.
Have that thing ready to go at 6 o'clock with your wangs, with your pizza, and just put on college basketball, because locally Thursday is electric. We don't have to wait till Friday. We don't get the spoil. We get the all-day event, and then we get to go right into KU, Missouri locally. That's great. Can't wait for those games to start.
Yeah, like you said, dude, it's storyline after storyline. We talked about North Carolina getting in with the play-in, and personally, if I'm a North Carolina fan, I don't even want to watch my basketball team anymore. This is part of the problem with the tournament.
Yeah.
We kind of give too many participation trophies. Some of these teams don't need to be in.
But we're going to expand.
Hey, more teams.
Yeah.
And I heard, I can't remember, maybe it was Lenardi. One of the bracketology guys was like, I don't know if we have more tournament teams. Actually, we have tournament level teams that to add 4 or 6 more. I don't think they're actually there. I think you're just going to be adding like an Ohio State. Yeah. And it's like Ohio State, they lost like 15 conference games.
Well, it's kind of the same story of like if you were to expand the NFL. I don't know if we have 4 more quarterbacks, 2 more
25 quarterbacks, let alone 32.
Got 12.
Yep.
12, 5 solid quarterbacks, and then the other 7 are good.
Yep.
After that, it's like you'd have guys like, no offense to Gardner Minshew, but he'd be a starting quarterback for a team. You'd have guys like Aiden O'Connell, who obviously they were starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But like laughable at the Raiders, you'd be laughing at like the Vegas, the Vegas Kings or whoever they would be.
Yes.
And be like, well, I guess they would have the Raiders already in Vegas, but you get what I'm
Sacramento,
saying.
whatever it is.
Whoever it is, you'd be like, oh, this is their team. This is their this is the
their guy.
quarterback.
Like, yeah, who
Talent is
else?
diluted. I don't need more teams in madness. 913-586-7965. St. Patrick's Day here on Fescoe and Dusty today, and through the rest of the week it is Dusty and Mac. Fescoe is on spring break. No kids for these two guys, so we are here for you. When did you know that St. Patrick existed? I mean, Patrick Mahomes. When did he become that saint for you? All of your responses. I'm writing them down. Got a few of them so far. Some of them are repeaters.
Yep.
But yeah,
a couple interesting ones too. A couple ones that I didn't expect that we'll get to. So it's good.
There you go. From the text line, you have 5 kids on Drake from Kansas City area. Their best player, Sturts, is the Liberty High's head coach's son. Missouri also has 2 Kansas City kids who start. Show some love for the hometown kids. I'm sorry.
Woo!
Showing love.
Showing love.
Yeah, I knew the 2 from Missouri, Bates and Mitchell.
Of course.
Come on. Sorry that I don't deep dive down into Drake.
That's
My
cool,
bad.
though. When I watch the game, I will think about that. That's awesome.
God's plan. It is 6:30 on a Monday, so we can get to our overreaction. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. My overreaction Monday comes from no surprise. Comes from the golf world. Here we go.
Who would have thought?
Right? Sign me up for this. Oh, God, he's talking about golf. Off to the music side of the station. But hear me out. My overreaction today is Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
And this is why. We call the Players' Championship the 5th major, right? The purse size is huge. The talent that signs up for it because of the money that's involved in it. It's a gigantic tournament for these guys. It is essentially the big tournament before the Masters starts in like 23 days, right? We're almost there. Opening day, Masters, March Madness. That's why I tell you, man, good weather this time of year really gets my plums loaded, right? I'm not going to lie to you. You can feel it all the way down to my plums. But Rory McIlroy is my overreaction. And the reason why is Rory for the last 10, 12 years is, can you win a major? Can you get it done? And he's got a lot of scrutiny, right? Brooks Koepka has passed him on the major total. Him and Brooks, clearly Brooks is at bro. I don't care about any tournament except majors. And then when the majors happen, he shows up. That's why the funny meme with him on Valentine's Day, he gets his girlfriend nothing because it's not a major holiday. But Christmas, Easter, those holidays, the dude shows up. Rory McIlroy is in a playoff today at 8 o'clock, so less than an hour and a half. Yes, Golf Channel is on. Goes up against J.J. Spawn. No one's ever heard of him. And
Heard of him.
Rory this entire week got a ton of backlash. Took the guy's phone, who was a golfer at Texas.
D-move.
Right? Said he wasn't from the generation of YouTube. He's 35. You're damn well from that
Chill.
generation, dude. Wants to talk about actual golf. Has to protect the brand of TGL golf as well. So he can't, throw that out in the water. But, obviously goes out against Fat Perez and Bob Does Sports and all those guys. He's like, I don't really watch YouTube. I'd rather watch Saturday and Sunday golf than watch YouTube golf. And then he goes out there this weekend and goes into Sunday with the lead. But again, in classic Rory fashion, that lead dissipates. And now he's tied for the lead playing a 3-hole playoff, the greatest playoff situation there is in golf. They play 16, 17, 18. Yes, that 17th hole. Rory today, obviously, time got pushed back because of weather delays, but he can't win the real majors, but he can win the 5th and undocumented major.
Yes.
This is great to see because if Rory does win this tournament today, I have firm belief that he will be the favorite to win the Masters. That pressure comes back. What's the one major Rory hasn't won? The green jacket. What does that mean? Rory completes the career Grand Slam. Not many have done that. There's a lot of pressure right on Rory every Masters. He wins the fake 5th major, and all of a sudden his name gets brought up again. Can he do it? Can he do it?
Yeah.
Now you've got to go win one of these 4. One of them being the most important one, which is the Masters, which is less than 30 days away, coming off of what will happen today's playoff against J.J. Spawn. and Rory McIlroy.
Never heard of him.
We'll see what happens. 3-hole playoff starts at 8 o'clock today, 9 o'clock
You got
Eastern
me
time.
going. Okay, you sold me. I'm in.
Sometimes it works that way.
I'm in, baby. So, I mean, how much does this, you talking about all time, Grant, if he wins the Masters, let's say, in the next month.
Yeah.
What does that catapult him for all time?
So Scotty's there, right? Scotty's he's like the Mahomes stat. Like it just starts off even, then it just does that skyrocket no matter how you look at the graph. And you know, there's those guys like Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau.
Yep.
Those guys have got a lot of pub because they've won majors. Rory hasn't won a major.
Yeah.
He's had top 5 finishes. He's had top 2 finishes. The U.S. Open last year where he missed the 2 putts and left the course early and Bryson DeChambeau ends up winning. He was right there.
Yeah.
Couldn't finish it. Had 2 times where he had to just make a 3-foot putt where I think the stat is he made those like 330 times in a row on the tour. Missed 2 in the biggest Open of his career and didn't get that title. So if he wins the Masters, he would have a career Grand Slam. Unheard of for most guys. That means you won, obviously, every single major. He would finally win the Masters. Like Scotty, it would catapult him.
Yes.
And he'd be a top 3, maybe top 5 golfer of all time.
Wow.
He'd be up there with Tiger, Jack, Arnie, Snead, Rory. You'd have to put him in there from where he started, where he's going. Plus, he's
That's
only
amazing.
30. He's only 35.
35.
So he could still win a couple more. And maybe this is the snowball effect. Can he get back into that clutch winning pattern that he was in when he was younger?
Yeah, what's prime in golf? I mean, when is that over? 45? I mean, when does that end?
About 40, 45 is a good number.
45? Yeah. And then
I mean, you see guys
get a
like
little
Lucas,
different.
and you see the random like Lucas Glover this weekend who 10 under, played out of his mind. You won't hear from him the rest of the season.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was his moment. Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. Okay, 8 o'clock, three whole playoff. I'm in. Okay, for me,
Channel 65.
Bet. I'll get it on in here. I'm going to the gridiron. Surprise, surprise. I think Aaron Rodgers would be pretty good in Minnesota. And I don't know if that's an overreaction.
Speaking of career Grand Slam.
Exactly. Yeah.
Career full circle.
Yes, here we
Favre
are.
Rodgers.
The Farfecta.
Does he wear 4?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, do
Do
it.
it.
Just do it,
Lean
man.
into
Yeah,
it.
come on. Exactly. We're all going to make fun of you already. Just do it. But I think he'd be good in Minnesota. I actually think this would be the best case scenario for the Vikings.
Him going to Minnesota.
Which I hate saying because we don't like this guy.
Him going to Minnesota, to me, feels a lot like Brady going to Tampa. It's the best option.
It's loaded.
They have the best offensive weapons for him. He doesn't have to be great. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got Jordan Addison, right?
Yep.
1-2, right there. He's got
T.J.
T.J. Hawkinson
Hawkinson.
over the middle. We know Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends. And not only that, but their defense is good enough.
Yep. Oh,
Tampa's
yes. Their defense is
good
really
defensive
good.
front. Would they have like the most pressures of any team last year?
Yeah, they blitzed more than anyone. Yeah,
all
Brian
night,
Flores. Yep.
Right?
Comes
Flores
after
is a
you.
blitzer. That's what he does.
Comes after you.
What did Tampa Bay do? They led with their defensive front. They let Tom Brady throw to his targets and Godwin and Evans. And then they went and signed Antonio Brown randomly.
Good coach in Bruce Arians. Great coach in KOC. I mean, the only difference between that analogy would be, luckily for Brady, he went into the NFC South. For Rodgers, he'd be going into the gauntlet of the NFC North. So it's a little bit different there. But
he plays indoors.
Yep, exactly. In a dome.
Gets to
It's
go
huge.
to Green Bay one more time.
Which would be awesome.
It's the story we're all wanting.
Yeah, we want this.
Just do it for us, Aaron.
Like him or JJ. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
And again, like, who's to say J.J. McCarthy's ready to go? Because Schefter's out there been reporting for a week saying that they believe in J.J. McCarthy. They believe he's the guy.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
So Aaron Rodgers goes to Minnesota.
Exactly. And that to me, also, if I'm a Minnesota fan, I'm like, okay, a little worried about JJ if we do that. That on the back of my head, I'm like, okay, that means we're definitely not confident in what's going on with McCarthy and his progression and if he's ready. But to me, Rodgers with Justin Jefferson, with Addison, with that whole arsenal, and plus a good offensive line, because that's number one for him.
No doubt.
He needs that.
Overreaction on a Monday here on Fescoe and Dusty. Don't forget, March Madness. That's coming up. But Basketball Madness comes to KC for the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship March 20th through the 25th. That's in like 3 days. And it's at Municipal Auditorium. 16 teams, 15 games, one national champion. Bring the family for nonstop action and affordable tickets. Get yours today at NAIAHoops.com. We asked this question on the other side, or on the front side and the back side. St. Patrick's Day is today. No secret. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. When did you know that Patrick Mahomes was in fact a saint? St. Patrick's Day for Mahomes or for the leprechaun? But when did you know that St. Patrick's Mahomes was a saint? 913-586-7965. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I want to talk to you about GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. Give Me The VIN is also the best place to sell your classic or collectible. Whether it's one car or a collection, they want your muscle car, hot rod, or your old square body pickup, and they love buying resto mods. Go to GMTVCC.com to sell your classics or collectible car or truck, and forget about those tire kickers on social media. Say goodbye to dealing with the dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes that is always well above any dealer quote and is guaranteed to beat your written CarMax offer, or they'll send you a check for $100. You can go to one of our office locations, or they'll come to you. It's easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, and it's so easy, you can do it in your underwear. Just listen to the jingle.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Everyone deserves to elevate their beef. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal they'll never forget or impress your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, their Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week, or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Guys, it's Cody Tapp, and let's talk about feeling your best. If you don't have that same energy, strength, maybe feeling moody, you've lost that drive with your partner, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and the true experts you can find at the Low T Center. Getting tested is fast and easy, and we aren't all the same, so don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program. I learned about personalized therapy at the Low T Center and the results you can expect with a customized TRT. So don't put it off. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Here is your Game of the Week, presented by Hyundai. With less than a month left in the regular season, Denver is looking to put together a win streak to move their way up in the East. It won't be an easy task, however, as they travel to Houston in a tough matchup that should prepare them for the playoffs. With few games between them and few games left to be played, this game will have a huge impact by the end of the season. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. But don't wait. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now, so visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
It's time for basketball. And right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about
about 3 great reasons you should call us. 1, it's easy. You can hire us today on your phone, or we can come to you. 2, it's fast. We can start helping you today. 3, the results.
DM Law got me $331,000. Mike's got this.
I've got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Opening day coverage is brought to you by Hollywood Casino. Stop by Hollywood Casino every Wednesday in March from 12 until 2 to register for your chance to win opening day tickets. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Missouri side, Green Valley into Blue Springs, 70 westbound. Gets heavy around Main Street in Green Valley. Stays slow, not quite to Adams Dairy Parkway with an accident blocking the right lane. Past that, things slow again westbound heading into downtown. You hit delays a little before Prospect and stays slow onto 670 with an accident reporting around Grand. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Locally owned and family operated from the start in 2012. Call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Johnny, I hardly knew ya.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. That's a text. I didn't just come up with it on my own. Shout out to the 316. I wonder how many people still go ham on the St. Patrick's Day parade. On a Monday, kind of has that feeling.
I think you said it before the show up in Boston. They'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The Green River in Chicago, the Irish psychos in Boston that get nuts every St. Patrick's Day, obviously playing the Dropkick Murphys. A cult following. I know a lot of my buddies have seen them live. I'd go see them live.
That'd be a hoot.
I'd get absolutely inebriated.
Yes.
Wear a kilt. Nobody needs to see that.
You'd be out of place if you were not inebriated at one of these concerts.
Yeah, I think it kind of comes hand in hand.
Yeah, you better.
It's like, what is the Family Guy joke? He buys a fifth of Jack, they give him a gun. So that's Texas law, man. You go to Dropkick Murphys concert, you get like a Sons of Aaron pint.
Yes, here's some Jameson.
Here's a pint of Jameson. Here's a pack of Parliament Lights, and enjoy the show. Everybody's out there just J-mode out, man. God. You ever done the, what is the Irish car bomb drink? I know that's like derogatory these days. I found that out the hard way.
I have, yes.
But that's what they call it. I didn't make it up. But the Irish drink that you drop what is it? You drop Jameson into a beer, or no, is it Jameson and Guinness?
Yeah, I think,
and then you slam?
Slam it. I think that's it.
Or is it Jameson and something, and then it's Jameson and Bailey's, right? Into Guinness, and then it you have to drink it faster, like curdles up. You Irish rookies. My last name is Likens, you would think. Scottish, not Irish. So it's something like that. It's like Guinness, Jameson, and I believe Bailey's. I think it's like a half Jameson, half Bailey's dropped into a cup of Guinness, and you chug it. Tastes like Dr. Pepper / chocolate milk.
Yeah, shot of Irish cream and Irish whiskey into a stout.
Nailed it.
There it is.
But it is St. Patrick's Day, so we asked the question, when did you know that Patrick Mahomes was a saint? And, of course, from the 785, if Patrick Mahomes is a saint, then someone needs to fire Brett Veach. Not the answer we were looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Dropkick Murphys apparently is coming this summer.
Hey, there we go.
So if you want to get kilted out, with some listeners and your boy, just lay off the Moscow mules. You can drink an Irish mule.
Yeah.
But 913-586-7965. Mac, why don't you start the table off and let people know where you were like, that guy's different. St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick, right there. That guy's a Saint Mahomes.
He is him. He is the baby goat. That would be the Baltimore Ravens regular season game, 4th and 9, when they were down, and he rolls out to his right, and he finds across his body in the middle of the field for a 30 or whatever yard dime to Tyreek Hill, who gimps his way to the sideline. That would be my moment of as a Chiefs fan, that game's over. And really as an NFL fan, this is done. 4th and 9, we're down. We've been down the whole game. This is a great defense. He's been running for his life. One last chance. And Baltimore dials up the pressure. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing with Mahomes. Everything was right for Baltimore on that play. Tyreek Hill had 2 defenders at least right around him in the vicinity. Doesn't matter. Perfect ball, perfect rollout. That was my play.
If I'm correct here, and I don't know if I am, is that the same game he did the no-look to Spencer Ware?
It was.
Okay, what a game.
Great game.
Because we were at that game, myself and Steven Serta sitting in the press box.
That's awesome.
Covering it.
What a game.
And I just remember, like, when that play happened, he's like, I'm pretty sure he didn't look at Spencer Ware there. And I'm like, what do you mean? How can you tell that? He goes, look above you. And they showed the replay, and you can literally see him looking the other way, and Ware's going towards the sideline, I believe, or maybe it's the other way, and he just throws it without looking. You're like, oh, he no-looked it. He 4th and 9'd it. That's where they originated the F it Tyreek's down there somewhere.
100%.
Right? Because that was the 50 and 5,000 season that ended with disappointment, right? In the AFC Championship game? Or
Yeah, that was his rookie. Yeah,
right.
His first year starting, I should say.
So 913-586-7965. When did you know that Mahomes was a Saint? For me, and maybe I'm late to the party on this, and maybe that's okay, but for me it was Wasp. Now, I know that he had the run prior to that against Tennessee, which I'm surprised nobody said this.
Yeah,
no one brought the run because maybe that was too late. Because a lot of people, 4th and 9, first year.
Yeah, I had already kind of succumbed to that fact.
Wasp, full calendar year since 4th and 9 had happened. And to me, it was just because obviously the Texans game happened, and I was okay, that's epic. Like, we may never see something like that again. Hold my beer. Tennessee happens. The run, the Sammy Watkins play over the top that sealed it, and then he just kind of had the arms up like, this is it, we're going to the Super Bowl. And then, to me, Wasp was the play. Considering how that play had to be developed, and Tyreek Hill and Fisher should get a lot more credit for that play than they don't. Maybe they do get enough. But obviously, Tyreek Hill has to have the speed, has to get to that spot.
Yep.
Mahomes has to avert disaster because that is a blitzing front from San Francisco, right? They were just after him all day in that game.
Yeah, he got popped.
He somehow gets away, throws it, gets drilled, 4th and 9 catch. The rest is history. At that point in my life, I was like, this guy can do whatever he wants. He can come from behind by 20 plus. He can come from behind down 10 twice, and he can do it in the Super Bowl, right? Like, a lot of people will say, yeah, prove it in the big game. Like Burrow, been riding on that success train for a while. He beat Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, went to a Super Bowl and lost, but he still did what nobody else has done that's been considered an elite quarterback. Allen, Lamar, Herbert, those guys, Stroud, can't get him in the playoffs. Burrow did. Hurts has. Brady has, right? That's it. That's it for everybody in Mahomes' career. But when he did Wasp, that very moment, that was to sit back and be like, that dude, nobody's there. For me personally. And maybe that's a little too late.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, it was the biggest stage. And it's like that's because none of what if Wasp doesn't happen and they don't win that Super Bowl, a lot of, the run and the 4th and 9, that stuff kind of goes away, right? It doesn't have
kinda
the
like the
same
13-7
shine.
game.
Exactly. Kind of goes away. Like, it's still awesome. I saw a text from the 660. That's their big moment, 13 seconds versus Bills. That's even later. But still, that loses that luster if you don't have that Wasp moment. And yeah, I mean, who else can do that?
Not a whole lot of people have.
Nope.
Let alone can.
Exactly.
Like Flacco got lucky with a deep heave against Denver one time.
Yep.
And Baltimore kind of used that to right. And that was one throw in Flacco's career that you're like, that's it. Mahomes, we're sitting here having a discussion on which one is it. And there's multiple.
He's turning 30 this year.
Right.
Or just turned 30.
Somebody says from the text line from 816, the left-handed throw against Denver.
Great one.
Mitch's call, Batman's left-handed. That was one of those. They made a Christmas ornament out of it.
Yep.
That's how you know it's special. Hallmark's like, you know what? St. Patrick. Hallmark.
Yeah.
Religious store. Left-handed throw ornament. Everybody's tree.
And that play, I mean, you got a Hall of Famer on your back, literally tackling you. Complete pass.
Yeah, there's another one. Somebody against 4th and 9 against Baltimore. We knew he was different.
100%.
So I mean, a lot of people are chiming in saying the San Francisco opening home game with the play.
Roll around to Conley in the corner of the end zone.
Was there for that one too. That's one where the whole press box went, whoa. And you're not supposed to say anything.
Yeah, you're not supposed to react.
Right. So yeah, 913-586-7965. When was the moment you knew that St. Patrick Mahomes was a saint? Somebody says from the 913, when I saw stores selling saint candles of him. LOL. After his 55,000 season.
Okay, this is taking a turn that I didn't expect.
Right.
816 says 6 touchdowns on the road at Pittsburgh. I think that was week 2 or week 3 of his first year starting.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns.
Against Pittsburgh. They were up, and then that terrible defense let them all the way back down. That's the only reason why he threw 6. I guess the no-look was to Robinson.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Where was like on the sideline through like a defender. It was like a perfectly thrown window pass. So he threw that one, the DeMarcus one, and the 4th and 9, one game. 3-leg parlay right there.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. How you doing? Somebody says the Wasp play.
Yep, that's a good one.
Only correct answer is a left-handed pass against the Broncos. And then Zach from the 816, he come back to the left-handed pass. Which, I mean, that's just insane. Von Miller in his prime, trying to depants him and just completely rip him down to the ground, switch his hand, and again, it's Tyreek.
Yep.
First down, Monday Night Football. Everyone in the world sees it.
Accurately.
I mean, it's
game
just
on the
nuts.
line.
Yeah, that's 6 touchdown passes against Pittsburgh was nuts.
That was unreal.
Because week 1 was 4 against the Chargers.
Yep.
He had like 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2 games.
Weeks.
We should have just known then.
Right there. Well, I remember one of those
He'd already
passes.
gotten half of what Alex Smith did in like 12 games.
Unbelievable. I mean, one of those passes, those touchdowns, one of those 6 touchdown passes to Kelsey, I remember 3 guys around his back shoulder, literally the only spot it could be in.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Somebody's really early on the St. Patrick. The throw in preseason against the Falcons.
Oh, wow.
Again, to Tyreek Hill.
I was at that game.
And then didn't Tyreek Hill twerk and get fined for that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from the 6-2-0, the 24-0 comeback against the Texans. That's fair.
Totally.
I mean, I was in here with Kent Swanson and Jay Binkley, and I sat in that chair right over there, and Binkley's like, Dutchman, you don't move. Because it was like 24-7, 24-14, 24-21, 24-27 halftime. He's like, Dutchman, don't you dare cut any highlights yet. They'll be there at the end. Stay in that chair. Because everybody had seen Heartbreak.
Oh, yeah, of
Go to
course.
the
No,
playoffs,
I was in despair.
Somebody says counting the fingers against the Bears. That's a good one from the 816.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's the Petty Mahomes.
Petty Mahomes was born.
Yeah, St. Petty was born. St. Patty. No, but happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll revisit that again in the 9 o'clock hour for those of you that haven't gotten up yet. Somebody says the 2019 season, the shootout with the Rams. Couldn't stop him.
Yep, 54-51.
Only stat that matters now is the only team to ever score over 50 points and lose. Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks, Shakira. Game should have been played in Mexico City. Check that. We'll move it to Los Angeles and let them play a home game. OU versus Texas Tech. Good for you.
Nice.
Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, the classic battle. 913-586-7965. It is St. Patrick's Day, so let us know what you thought was the moment he became St. Patrick here on Fescoe and Dusty. But this week, Likens and Maury, or Mac and Dusty. I don't know what the title of the show should be called. White Noise? That's what it was on Friday.
Yeah.
But it was the second most important Sunday of sports, in my opinion. It was Selection Sunday. I'll explain why. Big surprises as well on the other side. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
I just want to say how awesome it is to have Bob Fescoe and Legend Likens on every morning to start my day. I freaking love you guys.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, spring is officially here. It's going to be a beautiful week, and that means you're going to start looking at your yard, and you're going to start saying, ugh, I got to do something about this. Well, you're going to do what I did this year, and you're going to call the professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, and they're going to come out, and they're going to take care of your lawn. Why do it yourself? Because quite honestly, we don't know what we're doing, but the folks at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control went to college for this. They're college-educated professionals, and they're going to get the job done right the first time. I can't wait for them to come out to my house and tell me what I need to do to make my lawn look great. In fact, they're not going to tell me what to do. They're just going to take care of it and do it themselves because they've been doing it since 1985, and they offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And like I said, since 1985, they've been veteran-owned, serving Kansas City. Right now, if you mention this ad, you'll get a free estimate and up to half off your first application. So you want to expect the best. You don't want to wait. You want to visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com. Grab your phone and your dancing shoes. It's time to make entries on March College Basketball with Underdog. And Underdog is one of the leading sports apps, and it's now available to play in the state of Missouri. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats when it comes to points, assists, rebounds, and more. And they've got all of your favorite leagues and teams covered with the Underdog app. I absolutely love the Underdog app. And this time of the year, I can mix basketball with hockey or even baseball. That's coming up fast as well. So grab the Underdog app today, especially if you're in the state of Missouri. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using promo code BOB to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code BOB. Sign up with promo code BOB and claim your special offer today. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Honey, it's me, your wife. Sorry to bother you, but this house
is a mess. The windows are drafty, the vinyl siding has cracks and holes in it, and the kids just fell through the deck. We need Powell Exteriors KC now. They install James Hardie siding, Provia windows, Renaissance patio products, beautiful decks, roofing, and more, all at 0% interest for 18 months. Go to powellkc.com and see for yourself. Powell Exteriors KC. The best decision you've made since you married me.
Important Social Security news. President Trump's Doge chief, Elon Musk, says Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. And he says there's so much fraud, it's the big one to eliminate. Now, Rob Finnerty is on Newsmax tonight, warning that your Social Security could be in danger. Already, Doge is slashing half the Social Security offices across the nation. Rob Finnerty says that's wrong. Millions will find their benefits denied. You paid into Social Security all your life. Now, Rob Finnerty exposes the lies about Social Security and why it must be protected. Watch Rob's special series on the dangers to Social Security at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Find Newsmax on all major cable systems or download the free Newsmax app. Millions of Americans are switching to Newsmax because it's news they can trust. It's real news for real people.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Boost your curb appeal and add value with custom concrete landscape edging from Border Magic. Choose from a huge variety of styles and colors, all backed by a 10-year warranty. A cost-effective way to give your home that wow factor. Get started now at SouthKCBorderMagic.com.
Royals coverage sponsored by Border Magic. We've got the edge for your landscaping edging needs.
Brought to you by Urban Air.
Urban Air is where fun takes flight. With our awesome attractions, it's always an adventure. Visit urbanair.com today to find your local park and book your tickets, membership, or birthday. Urban Air, let them fly. Attractions vary by park.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound heading into downtown. You hit delays around 23rd Street, and it just crawls into the downtown loop with an accident on 670 westbound at Oak Street. 71 northbound, heavy as well, and that's slowing you from 22nd Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Royals and Guardians on opening day right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I don't know if this song's St. Patty's Day-ish, but damn it, it feels like it, doesn't it? Little Mighty Mighty Boss Stones.
Yeah, it's making me do a little jig.
There you go.
Yeah, keep going.
Do you wear underwear with a kilt?
I hope so.
Trying to figure that out.
Be a nice breeze, though.
I mean, this morning you got one.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be like 75 today. It's like everybody's like, it snowed Saturday. It's going to be 75 on Monday. Welcome to the Midwest. Right? No, but it is 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe out all week. It'll be Mac and myself Monday through Friday with all of you. We'll have Josh Verner on a little bit later if you don't remember or didn't see yesterday. Cole Reagans is your opening day starter. Bobby Witt Jr. is already back to playing baseball, and Jack Caglione did it again. Not home run-wise, but we'll get jacked up a little bit later because they're
jacked.
Yeah, there's a couple reasons why. Don't worry, Mac. I'm way ahead of you. I've got 2 brackets. I'll print 4 off.
Hey, let's go.
So we'll have 4 brackets out there if the printer works. If not, it's going to be that scene from Office Space. Mother. Never seen Office Space.
Haven't seen it yet. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole of what you have and have not seen. But it was
You had all week to do that.
Yeah. As Irish teams Irish themes have come in. I did just put a little wager on Rory McIlroy, who will tee off in about 55 minutes. Jay Binkley has persuaded me to it.
There we go.
He says the Irishman can't lose on St. Patrick's Day, right? Everything's in his favor. They ran out of daylight. The tournament got pushed back. It gets continued on St. Patrick's Day. He's minus 165.
All right.
I bet $10. I win 16. I then put all that money on Florida to win the national championship.
Yeah, I've already got money in there. Why not?
That's what I had.
I'm doing it.
You know?
And I'm going to do the same.
Isn't a kilt Scottish, not Irish? I don't know. Sorry, Zach. Somebody says play Flog and Molly. We'll take your Irish requests.
Absolutely.
Today here on Dusty and Mac on 96.5 The Fan.
Please be clean requests.
Yeah, or just hit edited.
Yeah, or let me know.
Here's what we found out Sunday on Selection Sunday. And maybe there's more storylines to it than what we're going to hit. But what I saw, your 4 number ones, Auburn is the number 1 overall, correct? The number 2 overall is Duke. Then it is Florida. And then it is Houston. I think we all kind of saw that, right? Those were our picks probably going into it. Now, we're not experts, but those were the 4 best teams going down the stretch in the tournament, right? Houston won the Big 12. Auburn didn't win the SEC, lost to Tennessee.
Yep.
What a game Saturday that was.
Fantastic game.
That Broom kid's going to be a good NBA player.
Jemai Broom? Yeah. A lot of people
Reminds me
really
a little
like
bit
him.
of Carlos Boozer.
Oh, that's a good comp.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit there.
Mid-range, good posts.
Where I think Auburn screwed in the tournament is if they're down by like 7, I'm not sure they have a guy outside of Kelly that can hit the 3.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that dude is sporadic because he's the one that had the 9 threes earlier on in the season. And he's their big 3-point shooter. But again,
hot and cold.
Not here to tell you that I am an expert in Auburn basketball. I just watch a lot of SEC basketball with Mizzou obviously in it. But Auburn, Duke, Florida, Houston. Florida's insane, dude. Watching that SEC tournament and hearing what Jay Bilas had to say throughout it, Florida's deep. They're massive.
Huge.
They're fast. Like, as big as they are, they're as fast as they could possibly be. Florida's going to be a problem.
Yeah, like maybe the best point guard right now in NCAA, and Walter Clayton. He's fantastic.
Defensively, he's great.
Yeah, he's great at everything.
He's glue.
Yep. He's a great passer. He can shoot the step back 3. He's money. And then, like you said, no one can offensive rebound right now better than Florida. I don't know if a team's hotter than Florida right now.
And their toughest game was against Mizzou, who was out without Mitchell.
Who was without Mark Mitchell.
If you didn't know this, Kansas City ties. Tamar Bates, Kansas City ties. Do your damn research. Drake, kids go to school locally. Do your research.
All 5.
How dare you not be dove into Drake's basketball team here in Kansas City? Come on. JK, I kid.
I'll be an expert Friday morning on Drake. Trust me.
Yeah, right. And then we got the placement of Kansas and Missouri. And they tease us a little bit. They gave you that nice little tease. They sent you the text from the girl that says, hey, would you like to hang out sometimes? And they send back, maybe. Hey, can you put Kansas and Mizzou in the same bracket? Can they play at some point? Maybe. That would have to happen in the Sweet 16. Mizzou plays at 6:35 on True TV on Thursday evening. Kansas will play on CBS at 6:10 on Thursday evening. So how about that? You start KU, who will play Arkansas, and there's your little sprinkle of your, coincidence? I think not. Right? As Kansas will play John Calipari in Arkansas, another SEC school, going against a Big 12 school.
Yep.
Bill Self, Calipari, tournament history, that's the story, right? College basketball, when it comes to these games, it becomes more about the head coach. Kind of like a baseball manager is irrelevant through the entire season, but in the playoffs, the manager becomes the most important person in that dugout. Minus your ace. But your manager has to manage the bullpen, lineup switches, all that sort of stuff.
Similar in the NBA. Yeah.
Correct. And so Kansas will play Arkansas. If they win that game, they then play the winner of St. John's. They'll play St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's is not losing to Omaha.
And they're probably not losing to Kansas. But then again, it's another tier of the Godfathers.
It is.
Right? Self's got to beat Gallupai. And then he's got to go beat Patino. So you got to knock off the Casino and Goodfellas. And then maybe if Mizzou can do their job and beat beat Drake and beat Texas Tech, big ifs, then we do get the matchup that we all seek and just desire. We get that border war again. We get Kansas versus Mizzou. We get the love. We get the anger. That would probably be a Thursday night game since they would play Thursday, Saturday. The week goes by. You'd play again on Thursday. Hell of a game. Would love it if that game was like Friday at like 2:30.
Oh, that would be electric.
Oh, both states shut down. Sweet 16. Both local schools hate each other, know more about the other team than do their own team. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
I'm drinking more than 2 Moscow mules, I'll tell you what.
You better believe we're starting happy hour at 2. Going into the night.
Our guy, Rob Brenton, obviously, producer of the drive over there with CDOT from 2 to 6. Big Kansas fan. He tweeted, I like this. I think it's good. Kansas has struggled to guard the perimeter this year. Quick Google shows Arkansas 201st in the country in three-point percentage. St. John's 338. These are 2 bad shooting teams that could match up well for KU. Could get us that Sweet 16.
Will Hunter Dickinson show up?
That's exactly right, man. They need him.
Will Zeke Mayo have that three-point hand like he had at the T-Mobile Center?
No, he won't.
How dare you doubt that? I mean, it is nuts, but it is March Madness. It is the tournament. It is all the exciting stuff. But, man, I would love it. I would love it if we can get a Sweet 16 matchup. Because I don't care if either team wins against Drake or Arkansas or against whoever. I just want them both to beat whatever team they face so we can get that Sweet 10 matchup.
Please.
Come on, baby. Sweet 16, KU, Missouri, Carrington and Rob on the drive. I'm sure Carrington's already gone off to Wichita.
I hope so.
He should.
He should.
Go watch your team play a game.
Absolutely.
A game. Hopefully 2 games and then play a third one in the Sweet 16.
913 says, not happening, bro. MU and KU out, round 1. Both? No. One's making it. One's winning.
I will say if one loses, I want the other one to lose. I want them both or I don't want any.
All or nothing.
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off quickly. No, Bob. Dusty feels like after hours again. Okay. We can go there. We can definitely get there. You are listening to Fescoe and Dusty, but this week itself is Mac and Dusty, or Dusty and Mac, or Maury and Likens and Maury.
It's getting musty.
It's getting musty. That would be the team show there. And don't forget the March Madness tournament brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. You know what we do every day at this time of the day? We do one word. We get into one word on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
913-586-7965. Call in right now and tell me how much I suck.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, regardless of what you may think or hear about the real estate market, you can sell your home right now. It takes a skilled real estate agent to help you maximize the sale of your home quickly and effectively. Dawn Sharp and her team are the first call you should make. With a customized and strategic marketing system, Dawn can help you get your home sold. And if you're thinking about your home and you're looking at it right now and you're saying, God, I got to get rid of this thing, but you know what? I may want to take an instant offer. You can do that with the Sharp Homes team as well. They can give you so many options. If you want to skip those showings and open houses and go straight to sold, contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. You can Google them, Sharp Homes team, read from over 200 5-star Google and Zillow reviews, and see why in the last 12 months, Dawn and her team have sold over 150 homes when the average agent sells 4 homes per year. So you can visit them as well at homesforsaleandkc.com. That's homesforsaleandkc.com, and start packing.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse.
I know. Just got the notification.
Made it.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Stay in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Heartland Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
What would you do if you could go back in time with the tap of a button?
Watch the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids?
How'd they do it?
Buy enough Bitcoin to purchase your very own private island.
Or maybe just skip the joke that flopped at the holiday party.
Unfortunately, we haven't figured out how to rewind time. But you can rewind live shows with the free Odyssey app.
Never miss your favorite sports talk again. To get started, download Odyssey and search for your station.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading into downtown, I-70 westbound is very slow. You hit delays around 27th Street, and it just crawls into the downtown loop with two separate problems. One of them before 71, blocking the left lane past 71. A problem around Oak Street blocks the right lane. 71 northbound also very heavy, making your way into downtown from 22nd Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
That's right. Do you consider Mumford & Sons Irish? I feel like Mumford is an Irish word.
Yeah, probably right. Folky, Irishy.
Yeah. And who is this? Flogging Molly?
Flogging Molly. Black Friday Rule.
A lot of people know their Irish music on a day like today. Because, there's probably some people like, damn it, I got to work.
Yeah,
I can't have green beer.
Green beer?
I never enjoyed green beer. And I don't know, it's just like the look and threw me off. Like one year my dad made me green eggs and ham for breakfast. Couldn't eat it.
You're out.
I just can't. I don't do food coloring. I don't know what it is. One time my sister made me a sandwich, just turkey and cheese and mayonnaise. Dyed the mayonnaise blue for some reason. Couldn't eat it. To this day, we don't let it down, Summer. I promise we still love you, but blue mayo.
Ew.
She's like, that'd be cool and innovative. I'm like, just blue?
Yeah.
She's like, well, what color do you want? I was like, normal.
Just the normal's good.
White mayo's already funky.
Yeah, it's already weird, bro.
I'm already eating egg whites and oil. Yeah, so flood the text line with your Irish music that you want Mac to play. He'll do it. You'd think Mac is Irish. G'day, Mac.
Maliki.
I don't know if that's what we do there. That's probably the biggest fail so far this morning. 721 on Fescoe and Dusty, 913-586-7965. Mac, you know what to do. We get into one word here. And there's a lot of things that we need to describe, but it's hard to do it with one word, but we're going to do our damn best.
We're going to try.
We're going to do our best.
As I pull it up for you here, one word.
Thanks for not pulling it out.
That's later in the show.
Call the show Dusty Mac this week. Dirty Mac.
All right, 720. Here we go. One word. One word on the Chiefs. We'll start with the Chiefs here. A few one words for them. Kareem Hunt, he's back. I think that happened Friday after our show. One word.
Confused. Or older. I got a text from Binkley, and I always use Binkley as like my source of everything. Right? The guy just eats, sleeps, breathes, chews, spits, gargles football, dude. Like the guy's just a football guy.
Can't help it.
Right? XYG banana tight zip jet 3540 flash. Got it? So confused, I guess, because obviously the Elijah Mitchell signing, you have Pacheco, and now you brought back Kareem Hunt. So you have three running backs / Carson Steele, who I assume is practice squad or irrelevant come, roster cutting time. Confused as the fact of there are 15 to 20 running backs and you have 2 picks in the third round, pick 2 and pick 31. I'm confused as to where that leads them to go. Does this mean the running backs are done for the Chiefs? Yeah. I use the term older because obviously for more one-word rosters that will be brought up in this segment, but I get it, Kareem Hunt was there last year. Why? Because Isaiah Pacheco was banged up. So you brought in a veteran that wanted a chance to get that opportunity to go do it again. Maybe they see something that I don't see there for an entire full season, but it kind of seemed, maybe I'm the wrong one here, that Kareem Hunt started to wear down a little bit more throughout the season. Now again, Dusty, I know Isaiah Pacheco will be fully healthy come the start of the season. And maybe that's what they like, and maybe Elijah Mitchell doesn't make the team. I don't think that's the possibility because he signed a 1-year deal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't make the team. I don't know. But confused would be my one word.
Yeah, I'm with you on confused. I'd be worried, would be another word of mine, because I don't think that trio of running backs is going to suffice, is going to be enough for this team. This is a team that needs to try and run the football more, needs to be a little bit more versatile, a little bit more dynamic on offense.
But not just run through the tackle or through the guards.
No, go off tackle, do some zone read running, do switch this up. And Andy Reid, we've seen him be able to do this. This is in his bag, but he's got to be able to dig deep there. And, talk about Mahomes, the deep ball. Maybe he was a tick off this year. Well, hey, part of that could be him knowing, hey, no matter what, if it's, 2nd and 7, I can hand it off. And I know we're going to get a 3rd and 2. Man, that really helps a quarterback. So I would say worried a little bit because third round, the Chiefs, to me, that's got to be the nail. That got to be the target for a running back there. So that would be my one word. I'm bringing Kareem Hunt back, the 30-year-old running back. Another old wide receiver, Juju, re-signs with the Chief. One word.
Insurance. I look at
Yeah.
that because I don't know if you know
Fair.
this or not. There's rumors that Rasheed Rice could be suspended to start the season.
Gotcha. Okay.
Something tells me the healthiest Juju's going to be is before he plays a game. So you're hoping that if there is that situation where Rasheed Rice misses anywhere from 2 to 4 games, Dusty's going to miss half the season. We don't know.
We don't know.
But I'm going to guess, an educated yes. Shout out Daredevil. But an educated guess, I would say Rasheed Rice could possibly lose 2 to 4 games this next season. Bring in Juju. Obviously, you have Worthy, you have Hollywood Brown, you still have Travis Kelce. But if you bring in Juju Smith-Schuster, which again I think is insurance, I don't know how much tread's left on those tires. He looked decent down the stretch, a couple games where he was, noticeably there. But maybe this is one of those things where he's the insurance inside the red zone. He's the insurance on 3rd and short. Veteran, hands, knows the system, wants to keep playing, but only wants to keep playing for the Chiefs. Maybe Rice is out for a couple games. You need that big body receiver on the outside. Maybe that's what he's there for. Doesn't make sense to me personally, but I don't do mock drafts. I don't do drafts. I don't know if it makes sense to Jay Binkley. We'll talk to him Wednesday at 6:45. But again, insurance would be the one word that I would have for Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, depth. Another word could be knowledge. He knows the playbook. He's been here. He's done that. To me, also, my one word, draft. To me, this solidifies the Chiefs are done at wide receiver as far as additions in the free agency market.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to the draft. They're going to draft a wide receiver because they need depth. Right now,
You believe that?
100%.
Okay.
Because right now, I don't know how high, but I think they're going to draft a wide receiver in those first 4 rounds. And they're going to plan on having him be a part of this offense the latter half of the season. We know the way rookies work in the Chiefs offense. But right now, next season, you've got Xavier, Rasheed, Hollywood, and now Juju. If you want to count Nico or Mihio, you've got 5. Really, you've got 4. And we know with Juju, you've got 3.5. They need to add another one. And so to me, this says draft all day here coming up in about a month.
Over 1.5 offensive players taken in the draft this year for the Chiefs.
Over.
Not defensive heavy for you?
I think you got to get a wide receiver. You got to get a running back. You probably got to get a lineman. You've got 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. It's tough, man.
And you got those 3 dynamite 7th-round picks.
Yeah. Okay, one word on Jerry Tillery signing a defensive tackle. Former first-round pick. I think he's 28.
One word, never heard of him.
Heard of him.
Again, another one of those insurance picks, right? You lost Noddy, right? We lost him to the Jets. Is that who it was?
I think it was the Jets.
Yeah, Noddy goes to the Jets. Wharton's gone to the Panthers with a big payday. Omenahu's still out there. You got Chris Jones, Felix Nduke-Uzama, Karlaftis, fill in the blank, and now we have this cat who signs, late in the evening, and another one of those insurance. So I will take flyer.
Yeah,
flyer is my one word. Could be decent, young enough, could be that guy. Maybe he helps out. Maybe next to Chris Jones, he's all right. But a flyer on this cat. That's where I would go. One word.
I'd go classic. This is a former first-round pick who's got a lot of talent, but it hasn't necessarily worked out in the league. This is Veachism up the butt. It's going to be, this is what he does. He grabs a guy who was a high talented prospect, hasn't necessarily worked out, but still young, only 28 years old, 6'6", 300 pounds. And
he's just like a younger Pennell?
Pretty much. He's a run stopper. Yeah, he's not going to be much of a pass rusher. He'll be inside the tackles, and now this will be his 3rd team in the AFC West. He's played in the Chargers, the Raiders, and now the Chiefs.
Which doesn't like Denver.
Not yet.
Like the guy more than I thought.
One word on Cooper Kupp. He is a part of the Seattle Seahawks.
Boy, what did Seattle do? They talk about roster rearrangement. Not only did they create cap, go get their team, right? Because now they're going Sammy D, Cooper Kupp. They've got JSN. They got Kenny Walker. They got Charbonnet. Cooper Kupp makes them complete. Sam Darnold gets his veteran receiver. Now, can he stay healthy? I don't know. But watch out for an Adam Thielen type of year in Carolina year 1 that Adam Thielen had out there once he left Minnesota. Right? He's going to get a slew of targets still. Sam Darnold's going to throw the ball. I know I just mentioned 2 running backs, but they're really good at catching the ball outside the backfield. Charbonnet is more of the ground and pound. Kenny Walker is more of the elusive.
Can do it all.
Obviously, he's dynamite in dynasty leagues. A lot of people probably took him on their team because of what he can do in Seattle, but it makes them complete. You have your veteran receiver, and you have JSN, who's in year 3, ready to kind of make that charge as a number 1. They got rid of Lockett. They got rid of DK Metcalf. It's a new era in Seattle. No Geno Smith. Insert Sam Darnold. No Tyler Lockett, DK. Insert Cooper Kupp. So they get, they get a little bit more experience, but they also get, they kind of stay par for the course, right? That's not a tough division. The Rams are good, but we don't know what the Rams are going to be without Cooper Kupp. Obviously, Puka Nacua is out there. They also got another guy. I can't. Devontae Adams too.
Oh, they got Devontae Adams. Yep.
And they brought back Matt Stafford.
Yep.
They're going to keep going with Kyron Williams. They got Sean McVay. It's the Rams, and then everybody else come get it, right?
Yeah, Niners
San Francisco,
are screwed.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, Niners are screwed.
Seattle, you going to do it? Arizona, do you really believe Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. can be that guy? Those two guys?
Man, they've been quiet.
So really all you got to do is compete with the Rams at division, and I think they've set themselves up to do that and be one of those teams where we get to week, 16, 17, 18, and it's like Seattle's one game back, and they play the Rams in week 17. So I think that's I don't know, I guess it gives them experience would be a word, or complete.
Yeah, homecoming. Cooper Kupp from Washington State, just 2 hours south of Seattle, so it kind of makes sense for him to go back at the end of his career, 2-year deal. Still don't kind of fully understand what the Seahawks are doing, because I thought this was going to be a reset and rebuild, and now it kind of feels like a reload a little bit, and I don't know if they're necessarily better than they were last year. I think they'll be kind of like what you're saying, 8 to 10 wins, mediocre, maybe make the playoffs, and they're definitely a first-round exit. To me, I would have gone and been worse, saved money, saved draft picks, and earned more assets and traded more people and been bad for a season if I was Seattle. But homecoming for Cooper Kupp, which is exciting for him. You mentioned earlier one word, naughty, to the Jets.
Upgrade for the Jets, Jets. My whole life, they've had good offensive line, good defensive line.
Yeah.
This is no stranger to the course for the Jets. I'm sure his Madden rating was good enough for Woody Johnson's kids. So I would say upgrade for the New York Jets. I'll miss that dude on this Chiefs defensive line because always never really knew who he was, never knew where he was. And then there's that random play where there's like a run stuff, and you're like, it's naughty. You're like, guy's pretty decent. But, go get yours, man. That's all I can say is upgrade for the Jets.
Yeah, get your bag. Absolutely. Money day for Derek Doughty. I'm happy for him. Again, this just means more of what we thought, right? Defensive line depth in the draft. Brett Veach is going to have to address it. We mentioned it, 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. After that, you've got 3-7. So you've got to find out where you're going to do it, but obviously that's going to be one of the top priorities. March Madness was the lead over the weekend, as you know, Dusty. We've been talking about it. Friday night, Dick Vitale on the call. And, man, American treasure Dick Vitale is. One word on him getting a little emotional here.
A miracle, really, to sit here with you guys. I can't tell you how much it meant to me. Really, it's been unbelievable.
You're the best, pal. You're the best.
Tough 3 years, those 4 cancer battles, but I don't wish on anybody. Cancer sucks, and I'll tell you this, anybody battling cancer, please listen, think positive always, and have faith, and believe. And if you're out there as a person that knows somebody with cancer, send them a text message, send them a phone call, or make a phone call. The bottom line, it means so much. I know it meant a lot to me in my darkest moment when I was in the hospital doing chemo and had a bad day, and man, it was a tough time, and I had to stay overnight, and my family left, and I broke up crying like crazy, and a nurse came in and she cheered me up, and then I went to my phone, and on my phone were messages from all over the country, from Rick Barnes, Tom Izzo, Calipari, coaches.
Hey, who sent you a message?
Man.
Yeah. I guess when you go to that, I would say emotional, heartbreaking, but also survivor. Man, F cancer. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But, this weekend was, one of those. I get it. It's not everybody wants to start their day off with maybe, Dick Vitale crying, but Dick Vitale's an icon, man. The guy is absolutely just innovative. He's entertaining, whether you like him or not, you know him, which is something that's great, right? Not everybody likes Skip Bayless, but you know who he is because of what he's done in his career. You don't like Stephen A. Smith, but you know who he is because of what he's done in his career. You know what you get when it comes to Dick Vitale. For years, decades, he was college basketball. To hear that is heartbreaking, but to know that he's a survivor and able to go out there and do it 3 years later and announce, because, it is great, man. You get little splashes of Dick Vitale throughout those games, oh, baby. And then it's back to being, hey, I don't have that anymore, but I'm going to give you enough. And just enough of Dick Vitale is plenty for me because the dude's a survivor. That was heartbreaking. And it was wholesome because he's right. Cancer sucks. Call people, text people.
Yeah, let them know there. Let them know you're there, man.
You know what happens, and for a while everybody's connected and stays close, and then people kind of start to lose touch. Go back to those people. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you're there for them. Check in on your friends and your family because you never know when they could need that.
You have no idea what that little, hey, man, hope you're doing well,
yeah.
could do for a person, especially going through the bouts of cancer. Yeah, my word would be inspirational. I mean, Dickie V is just absolutely an inspiring, courageous guy who shows nothing but the best values up on the big screen. Got to meet him when I was at the University of Tennessee, and he's exactly like the way you think he'd be, man. Just an amazing dude. What's up, baby? It's fantastic. With March Madness, another kind of heartbreaking story. No Greg Gumbel on Selection Sunday. One word for the legend not being there.
Yeah. Again, these are tough with one word, but I would say missing.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic song by Bruce Springsteen on The Rising called You're Missing. And they go through different levels of the song of why you miss somebody, whether it's, shoes in the hallway, pants in the drawer, coat in the closet, stuff like that. Selection Sunday, Greg Gumbel, hand in hand.
Yeah.
Is what it always was. It was always after the games ended, you got your local news. All right, it is that time. It is bracketology, and it's like his voice, his face. Of
course.
You don't know, like you said, you don't know what you have till it's gone. Good luck filling those shoes.
Yeah.
Iconic, great. But it was missing. Something was missing. And I thought, by the way, CBS, very well done on the tribute.
Fantastic.
Right before we get into all the excitement that is Selection Sunday, we wait all day. We watch SEC Championship, Big Ten Championship. Memphis versus UAB was a good game until it wasn't. And then it's like, all right, we're ready. And it's like, but wait, here's Greg Gumbel's tribute. And you're like, all right, okay. What? North Carolina made it.
Seriously?
After that. So, missing, I would say, for Greg Gumbel's one word on Sunday.
Yeah, it was strange not to have him there.
Mm-hmm.
One word on KU, 7 seed. They're going to play 6-10 Thursday, CBS.
Deserved.
Yeah.
That's what they were. They were a 7th seed, 8th seed. They are in the same bracket as Mizzou, so that is chilling. Would love to see that. If that could happen. Erotic would be my one word if they play each other in the Sweet 16. Very erotic because you get both sides of the state right in the middle. Go watch at a bar, see if it's divided, have your fun. We can wish in one hand and hope in the other and see which one fills up faster. But again, I would love, that's not the saying, but again, I would love that. As KU as a 7 seed is deserved. I think that's what they were as a 7 seed. Lowest Bill Self's ever been.
I'd say kind of a comeback story. Not really. I mean, it just feels like KU played really well in the season. I know they didn't necessarily win those games, but it felt like Dickinson and Mayo started to find their stride. They seemed like more of a tournament team. I'm still expecting a first-round exit, but we'll see. Again, that's at CBS 6-10 as they take on Calipari in Arkansas. One word on Missouri, 6th seed. They're playing Thursday, 25 minutes later, tip-off, True TV. They'll take on Drake.
Yeah, terrific. You battled the SEC this year. Last year, you didn't win a game, and everybody kind of made fun of them. But it's kind of like, yeah, but did you see what that division was last year? And then what it was this year? 14 teams made the big dance. I don't know who she is. Sexy. Describe that voice.
One word.
Yeah, no, but I mean, Mizzou being a 6 seed, playing at 6:35 on True TV local time against Drake. Big matchup. Big school in Drake. A lot of local kids on that team, apparently. From the text line, sorry, I'm not a Drake insider. Mizzou also with 2 local kids, Mitchell and Bates. Should be fun. Go get a win. Don't be a one and done. You win one game in the tournament, I would think Mizzou's on house money. Because they go to the next round, they're probably playing Texas Tech. Texas Tech's a dominant team in the Big 12. They're no SEC team. I'd like to know where Texas Tech would be in the SEC. But again, congrats. I guess I would change it to a 6 seed. You got higher than Kansas, bragging rights, right? You're in the same side of the bracket. You got a chance to play them, but congrats. You're a 6 seed from not winning a game in the SEC last year, missing the tournament, to being a 6 seed in this year's tournament, going through the gauntlet that was the SEC. Congrats on the 6 seed.
Getting a weird energy with that MU Drake game. I don't know why. I'm smelling an upset.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I've just got that energy. I've got that vibe. Do I know anything about Drake? No.
Do you know anything about Mizzou?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do I know a lot? No, but have I watched
Caleb Grill, baby?
Yeah, no Caleb Grill, no Mark.
It's Caleb Grill time.
It is.
Because
they need him.
Not good.
No.
In their last 2 games, he's getting shut down. So either he has to have that haircut a little bit cleaner, or he's got to get rid of it.
Teams that are predicated on the 3s, they're not predicated, but he's an impactful player. They're gonna, like you said, they need him to be.
Mizzou's just tough on defense. They just don't play good defense.
Exactly. That's why I don't like them.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't like them in the tournament.
All right. Last one.
One word on Cole Reagans. He is the opening day starter for your Kansas City Royals.
Future. You locked him up in the offseason. He gets the opening day nod. He's your ace of your staff. That is the future. That's right there. You should see Cole Reagans, 55, for the next 5 years. Go out there and toe the slab on opening day. So future, mask off. Cole Reagans is now your starter.
Here's what he had to say about it to Josh Vernier in Arizona over the weekend.
I don't really know what to say. It's freaking awesome. It's been fun, and hopefully there's a lot more fun to be had. Looking forward to what this year has to bring. Just like I said last year, we're looking forward to what last year had to bring. I'm looking forward to this year, even more. It's we got a little taste last year, and we're ready to get it rolling.
Get it rolling.
A lot of excitement. Freaking awesome was the best line of that entire thing.
Fantastic.
Sign me up for another pitcher with zero emotion. You see, Paul Skeens got the nod this weekend as a starter.
I did.
Awesome. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay.
Sweet. Great video. Thanks, man.
I'm going to go back to my wonderful girlfriend. Must be nice. But no, futures. Cole Reagans there. And speaking of which, we will be back with Josh Vernier at 8 o'clock. He will join us every Monday moving forward. That is now his slot.
8:20.
Our show. 8:20. Josh Vernier will join us here, but on the other side, you better believe it. It happened again, folks. We get jacked up on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, my friends at Foaling have got the perfect activity planned for you tonight. It's Bar League Jeopardy. Yeah, you better believe it. Every Monday night, they do Bar League Jeopardy at 7 o'clock, and it's free to play with weekly prizes. Plus, it's hosted by the trivia aficionados at Geeks Who Drink and their very own Jeopardy champ, Pat Kerr, who also tends bar at Foaling. It's an audio-visual experience that feels like you stepped right into the game of Jeopardy. You'll play it from your phone. You'll have a ton of fun. You'll enjoy their world-class bar that has a beer selection second to none, and you can bring your own food, or you can order from anywhere and have it delivered to Foaling. Plus, they have rotating Jeopardy-themed drink specials and features every Monday night. So get into Foaling tonight and play the Bar League Jeopardy, and more importantly, take advantage of Foaling and see what it's all about. It is football plus bowling plus bar, and that equals Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City. You set up the pins just like you're going to bowl, but instead, you're throwing the football at them. You're knocking them down, and you're having the time of your life. Reserve a lane now at FoalingKC.com. That's FoalingKC.com. Or just stop by at 435 and State Line and get your foal on.
At Shane Company, we know getting engaged is a big decision. But once you know, you know. That's the way our customers feel when they choose a Shane Company engagement ring. They walk into a warm welcome and walk out with their dream ring, knowing they got it right. For almost 100 years, we've been offering personalized shopping experiences. And we're in it way past the honeymoon, with a free lifetime warranty that includes the center stone, cleanings, repairs, and resizing for life. Shop with us at shaneco.com or at your neighborhood store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025. Live in Kansas City. T-Mobile Center, September 17th. With special guests, idols, and the Barbarians of California. Get tickets this Monday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. For more, visit deftones.com.
Papa Roach.
This is my last resort. That's why she said I don't hate.
With Rise Against, celebrating 25 years. Rise of the Roach Tour. Rockin' T-Mobile Center, April 9th. With special guest, Under Oath. On sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Papa Roach and Rise Against together on one epic night.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing. There are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on them.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Opening day coverage is brought to you by Hollywood Casino. Stop by Hollywood Casino every Wednesday in March from 12 until 2 to register for your chance to win opening day tickets. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri sign still slow in Green Valley, 70 westbound. You hit slowdowns around Main Street, and it stays pretty slow over not quite to Adams Dairy with the problem blocking the right lane, but that looks to be in the clearing stages now with a wrecker on the scene. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Well, Jimmy played on again, the pub where I was born. He played it from the night time to the peaceful early morn. He soothed the souls of psychos and the men who had the horn. And they all looked very happy in the morning. But Jimmy didn't like his place in this world.
Come on, Jimmy!
Here, Jimmy!
More Jameson! And we only do it one time? Oh! 18 frickin' times! You ever seen the Robin Williams stand-up special where he describes how golf was invented?
Yes.
That's right. You whack it with the tire iron! And every time you swing, you feel like you're going to have a stroke? That's what we'll call it, a stroke! Oh, man, what a bit that was. Man, was he on some cocaine on that stand-up. Drinking water, sweating.
He had more than a little bump.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He had the whole bag. But happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. We are getting a lot of requests on Irish songs. Find out who everybody's. Nobody's that Irish. Yeah, you find out the Irish people in the wits of today. So happy St. Patrick's Day today, the 51st annual St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown KC. Yeah. Thanks. The Progs, laddie. Do you say Progs? Progs,
maybe?
Yeah. Well, not a whole lot of, I know, like, have you ever seen the movie The Boondock Saints?
Nope.
That might be one to check out tonight, because you haven't seen The Town or Boondock Saints.
Yeah, we get a little topical with the movie night tonight.
That would be my double feature for you and the fiance. Both very, very, very graphic. But Boondock Saints, an independent classic. Willem Dafoe is in it. Very good role that he plays. Very quick movie. Only about an hour and like 45 minutes.
Okay.
But they're vigilantes, brothers.
Okay.
And they want to go do right. Go watch. We could look and see if it's streaming or anything, because I'll probably watch it tonight.
Let me look.
I used to own it on DVD, but those are all but gone. But that's Scotland, not Ireland. Give that man. Okay, I'm sorry. I just don't know.
It's on Peacock.
It is?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I got Peacock.
You should watch it.
All right.
It's good. And then see if The Town is streaming on anything, and then you'll know where you can do it. I don't know if she's down to watch two of those type of movies, but if I had to pick one, watch the Boondock Saints.
Watch Boondock. Okay.
You'll enjoy it.
Text line Boondock Saints to The Town. Let me know.
Yeah, there you go. 913-586-7965. That is a bit that comes back, or that will start in May, which is Mac Moray's May movie of the month. So get ready for that. Love that bit, but that's Scotland, not Ireland. I'm not going to give you the thanks, coach. I give you the appreciation because I never know.
I was going to say, honestly, yeah, I just don't know. So thank you. There you go.
And apparently I'm Scottish, Wales, and German. That's where the old lichens comes from, but I have no idea. Probably my dad's shaking his head right now. But by the way.
That sounded good. Yep. That's going to go a long way to right field and spring training home run number 3.
So our guy didn't do that, but one more time for those in the back that are hard of hearing about how loud a baseball comes off this man's bat.
That sounded good.
Tell him, Lefevre.
Yes, it did.
Tell him, Lefevre. Jack Caglione back at it again. Okay? I know not everybody is paying attention, but I am fortunate enough to have Spectrum. So randomly the Royals will play. They played a split squad game on Saturday. One played team Cincinnati, one team played Cleveland. The Cleveland game, obviously, that had Bobby Witt Jr., Pasquin Tino, who also hit an absolute piss missile. Tino's getting his stroke back. Love to see it. Obviously, he knows he's got a little bit of oomph in his game because he is about to hear what's behind him.
Yeah.
And Jack Caglione on Saturday went 2 for 3, 2 RBI, a walk. His slash line now. Now, again, I'm going to be real because I have a source that's telling me to calm it down, and it's not Vern.
To pump the brakes.
Yeah, calm it down. But in 17 ABs, not plate appearances, Mike Swanson, ABs, 17 ABs. The dude has a 5.29, 6.19, 1.235.
Wow.
Okay. Now that's 17 at-bats, and in those 17 at-bats, 3 home runs, 7 RBI. The dude is raking. This is why we get jacked up.
Yes.
It's because of this. Like, I want to go buy Bowman cards so that I can rip a pack that is a Jack Caglione signed picture. And if that happens, I told Gold, I'm putting rubber all over my body, not touching the card, slightly putting it in the plastic case, and I'm hiding it.
Yeah, you're not selling that bad boy.
Never.
No.
Until the right price comes. But again, like, 2 more hits. He's looking more and more like he belongs. Now, per sources, the kid still struggles with Uncle Charlie, and that's the curveball term. Mm-hmm. The curveball is kind of throwing him off, which is
normal.
Classic power hitter.
Yeah.
You got to know when it's coming. You know when to go for it. You know when it's going to stay in the zone. So that is a struggle. But what is not a struggle is his slash line. 5.29, 6.19, 1.235. Okay?
It's unreal.
Slugging 1.235. His average is 5.29. His OPB is 6.19. 3 homers and 7 RBI. The guy is a freak. So I'm going to put it out there. The guy's a freak. And also, they cut the rosters down to 44. Caglione is still on the Major League roster in spring.
11 days out.
11 days out.
Telling.
I don't know what that... I mean, I know what that means. They want him to continue to stay up to bat, no pun intended, with everything that's going on. The guy needs to see a bunch of at-bats. The guy needs to see a bunch of pitching. But the guy is absolutely raking in the minor leagues. It's a hell of a story. It's been a hell of a spring. And we're talking about Jack Caglione, who I would be honest with you, you could even bring in Steven Spector when he walks in here. Caglione is a top 3 story in the offseason right now in the NFL for the Kansas City area. Chiefs, draft, Caglione.
Cags. Wow.
I mean, is there something that's been consistently talked about other than the Chiefs offseason, the draft, which I would consider to be the Chiefs and the NFL, and Jack Caglione? Like, he's becoming a household name in Kansas City. I'm not expecting people to know him outside of the metro area, but I'm promising you right now that if you polled 100 Kansas City locals that listen to sports, and you're like, when I say Jack Caglione, what does that mean? 50, maybe, might be like, I don't know.
Never heard of him.
He's not Bobby Witt. He's not Pasquin Tino. He's not Sal. He's not there. But there are people that are talking about Jack Caglione. Jack Caglione is essentially chocolate ale from Boulevard. Came out, got created. Nobody really kind of knew what it was. And then all of a sudden, you know, certain individuals were buying it, taking pictures of it, and showing it out. Caglione, the next year, chocolate ale came out, sold out again. More mass-produced product, but everybody was talking about it. It wasn't there. It wasn't your everyday buy. But Caglione is making himself known locally and on the team. Because when he keeps doing this, eventually you run out of solutions. Okay, hey, he's hitting every pitch he gets thrown. Hey, he's having trouble with the curveball. That's okay. He'll figure it out. Let him hit it. Let him go, because some people will say, Dusty, an extreme call-up is June. An extreme call-up is July. I now have come to terms that I do not believe he will be on the opening day roster. He will make it to the last round of roster cuts, and I believe he'll start the season in AA.
Yep.
Now, what we need is for him to keep this up in AA and immediately get to AAA, because he's not going to make the leap. They're going to make him go through the system.
Yep.
But if he can expedite through AA in a month and be, okay, he doesn't need this. This is too easy for him. We need to move him up. And they move him to AAA, then we also need a little bit of this to continue. I know he's not going to slash 529, 619, and 1235. I know that's not realistic, right? That would be like multiplication of Ohtani. And again, he's not doing this off of professional arms. Some of these are not, but everybody else is hitting these arms. Everybody else on the roster is doing this. They're facing the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, a walk. So he's working counts, which means he's recognizing pitching, or he's just getting walked, intentionally.
Vern came on the other day, said he had a really good at-bat. I mean, that home run that he hit, that was, at
3-2
least...
count, 7 pitches.
His elite 7 pitches.
And then bam, 444, 113 off the bat.
That was a more than quality at-bat.
But if he's keeping you talking and he's getting into your brain and your household and your everywhere else, come on. It's promising. It's been a hell of a spring. We're not done yet. We have less than 10 days until, I guess it is 10 days, Thursday the 27th.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
10 days.
Until opening day, and here we are. Jack Caglianone's still there. Hadn't been sent down to the AAA roster yet. Still on the main roster. 10 days out. I know what's going to happen. It's going to get down to the final one. 30-man roster. Here we go. MLB roster set. Cagliano will start in AA. But it is a win, in my opinion, if he starts in AAA. That means the process has been expedited even more than we thought, and that June, July could be a possible call-up. Give me Cagliano to start in AAA if he's not obviously going to be on the Major League roster.
From the 913, if Cagliano doesn't pan out, I'm blaming Dusty.
Fair enough.
That's
fair. I'll take that.
That's fair.
But stuff like that pans out. That's just a dude, man.
Yes. One word for Cagliano, specimen from the 402.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, and that's why I brought up the Bowman card. They're talking Cagliano news-wide, bro. Nationwide. Card collectors everywhere are wanting Cags Bowman cards. Similar hype to Jackson Holiday last year. Yeah. I mean, let's do it. Keep it up, man. If you don't make the Major League roster, start him at AAA. Because if AA is too easy, let him figure out Uncle Charlie in AAA, and then when he starts hitting that, let's see what happens. But I'm ready. I'm excited. We get jacked up every day that he does something great. He did it this weekend, 2 for 3, 2 RBI, a walk as well. Coming up, it is the other side. What are the Chiefs doing? Because the Kareem Hunt move did not make sense to me, and I will explain why. Here on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people have been asking me lately about QC Kinetics, and they're saying, hey, I got some joint pain. Should I consider QC Kinetics? And if you're wondering if you're a good candidate, let's see if your answer is yes to any of these questions. First question, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or other joints? Do you have trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? Next, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain and long recovery and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because joint pain is holding you back, like walking, golfing, and jogging? If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you're a great candidate for QC Kinetics, so please don't wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for your free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. So call QC Kinetics now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Everyone deserves to elevate their beef. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal they'll never forget or impress your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, their Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, Now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week, or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
98 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of Kansas City has been repairing and replacing garage doors. Locally owned and operated since 1927. Headquartered in Olathe. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of the genuine, the original Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. For same-day repair service 24/7, call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City, 816-221-0072, or schedule online at ohdkc.com.
All right, I got an update for you. Remember last week I told you I started Awaken 180 weight loss? Well, in just 2 weeks, I've already lost 12 pounds. Yeah, 12 pounds in 2 weeks. And I know you're like, all right, Cody's been dodging all this stuff. You guys know we went out and did the big listener stuff last week. I'm not skipping dinners. I don't live in a bubble. It's not like that. It's been the opposite. So thanks to Awaken 180, I'm still living my normal life while dropping 12 pounds. Didn't stop me from doing all the normal stuff, just like you. Went to go watch basketball in person last week and everything else, all while losing the weight, and give you the tools you need to do it. Let them help you reach your weight loss goal, just exactly like they're doing for me. I wanted to improve my quality of life, and so can you. Makes me feel better, I feel better, and it's a weekly weight loss without the medications, and you receive free support for life. If you want to learn more, reserve your at-home consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com or give them a call, 844-346-1800.
The technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
Money-back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you're not just buying products, you're securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule a complimentary proposal online at anthonyphce.com.
Brought to you by Urban Air.
Urban Air is where fun takes flight. With our awesome attractions, it's always an adventure. Visit urbanair.com today to find your local park and book your tickets, membership, or birthday. Urban Air, let them fly. Attractions vary by park.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, Northland, 435 southbound gets heavy at I-35 and stays slow down towards 48th Street with construction taking away the left lane, the main lanes, and the ramp coming off of I-35 quite slow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Come guess me this riddle, what beats pipe and fiddle, what's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle, what's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey and stronger than steam? What can make the dumb talk, what can make the lame walk, what's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone? And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel, sure wasn't it whiskey from Old Inishowen? So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joy.
Tell them you're listening to 96.5 The Fan, home for Kansas City sports, KCSB, Kansas City, WDAF, HD2 Liberty, and Odyssey Station. Here today is myself, Dusty Likens, and Mac Morey. Bob Fescoe out on spring break. It is a St. Patrick's Day. We revamped the question because in case you missed it in the first hour that we were on, which was so long ago, 2 hours ago, 913-586, we'll revisit it. When did you know that Patrick Mahomes was a Saint? When was it? That moment. When you saw that moment, you were like, that guy. That guy. We missed one earlier, Max. Somebody said the Week 17 game, his rookie year against the Broncos, when they put him in, took him out, and put in your boy, Tyler Bray, Tennessee Bray.
Absolutely, yep.
He was a bro, dude. He was out there skull bashing, frat living.
Hell yeah.
Getting pulled for a rookie and then getting put right back in the mix of the fire. Mahomes let him down the field to kick field goal and win. By the way, Rory McIlroy getting ready to tee off at the Players Playoff. 3 holes, 16, 17, 18, aggregate scoring. Here we go. Can he win the 5th major, the one that doesn't count as a major?
We both got $10 on it. Let's go.
That's right. 165 if he wins and I cash. We put all of it on Florida to win the national title.
That part I'm not tailing.
Okay. That's just because they're your rival.
Because I despise them, yes.
Right. So over the weekend, some moves the Chiefs made, right?
Yeah.
Some people are mad at us already. Welcome to After Hours.
Already?
What used to be, right? You guys have no idea what you're talking about in regards to Kareem Hunt. You guys will be eating your words. Okay.
Did you give a take yet?
I have not yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Because my take and the tease
it already sucks.
was that I don't understand it. And that's fine. I don't have to understand everything that Brett Veach does because I understood what Kareem Hunt's role was last year.
100%.
Isaiah Pacheco was beat up. He was hurt. You needed somebody that had a similarity type of running game that you knew that you could trust. We obviously found out Kareem Hunt had gone to Patrick Mahomes' wedding. They had still had their friendship. He gets another chance. Brett Veach brings him in. Clark Hunt says it's okay. And all of a sudden, here we go.
And he has some semblance of the offense. He knows the playbook. He knows the culture.
But why I say it doesn't make it, I don't understand it, is because Isaiah Pacheco will be back in his final year under his rookie contract. We know that Isaiah Pacheco is probably not getting signed after this year. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You went out and got Elijah Mitchell.
Yep.
So there's your sort of elusive guy, missed all last year. Can he be that guy? You have Carson Steele, but I don't think he's on the roster come, opening day for the regular season. I think he'll probably be practice squad if he's on the roster.
Yeah, fun St. Joe story.
And then there's Kareem Hunt. So, again, and somebody made a good point in the text line. I've never seen a team get mollywopped in a Super Bowl and then run it all back.
Yeah.
So it's not just Kareem Hunt. It's Juju Smith-Schuster. It's these moves that I'm not understanding when it comes to bringing these guys back like Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster, right? Like, I would assume that, you got to the point of rescue and you didn't make it. So now you've got to revamp. You have those 2 picks in the 3rd round, which way long ago, I think the Monday after the Super Bowl loss, I was one telling you guys, I want to see somebody in this backfield that can be elusive. Again, I don't think they're going to go get a Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't think they're going to find that in the draft, picking in the 3rd round. But with 2 picks and the 2nd pick overall in the 3rd round, that's where I want to see that running back. Well, if you've got Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell, and Isaiah Pacheco, that's 3 running back roster spots, which means you're probably not going to get a running back in a draft that has 15 to 20. So being confused, I think, is okay. Not understanding it, I think, is okay because it seems like you're not going to be that run. Obviously, I know Andy Reid doesn't run the ball, but he passed the ball. And he's had LaShawn McCoys, and he's had Westbrooks, and he's had, those guys that can go out there and do it. But to go last year and then bring it back to this year to where you're like, okay, we're going to run the same way. We're going to run 10 to 12 times a game, and we're going to run between the guards. I just think it would be nice to see the Chiefs evolve a different sort of way they use a running back. So that's why I'm just confused. I don't understand it. And I think that's an okay take to have when you see your running back room now, which is Pacheco, Hunt, Mitchell. Okay, Kareem Hunt didn't play the whole year last year. Elijah Mitchell didn't play a down last year. And Isaiah Pacheco was hurt last year. So that's why I'm just a little, okay, yeah, you get experience and it's cheap. Congrats. If that's your take and you're cool with it, then I don't want to hear it when they average 2.9 yards per carry. But again, the running back position that can be drafted in the 3rd round with the slew of guys that are available is still cheap. So I don't know what the argument is there. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, because the 816 says they're cheap in all caps. So is a rookie running back, and they're younger and they're healthier than a 31-year-old Kareem Hunt or Elijah Mitchell, who just missed the whole season, has never really made a whole season healthy. And we got another text, they've kept 4 backs when they've had a fullback in the past from the 816. True, they haven't recently. That hasn't been what they've done recently. It feels to me as if the Chiefs, they have their imagination limited with when it comes to what a running back can be for a football team, especially for this franchise. And that doesn't mean it's like, hey, we got an elite quarterback. That means you can't have the running back with it. Well, no, actually, look at the rest of the NFL. Look at the contending teams in the league right now. The Texans, they went out and got Joe Mixon. He was a stud for them this year with C.J. Stroud. You go look at the Bills. James Cook led the league in rushing touchdowns this year. You look at the Eagles who won the Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley, he did all right. The Lions, they had a two-headed monster at running back with Montgomery and Gibbs. Mm-hmm. There is somewhat of a formula that a running back can be an elite playmaker. This is not just a 3 to 5 yards a pop. Let's move the chains. Let's give the guys some rest. A running back can be a guy who breaks a play off, and it feels to me like the Chiefs just don't think of the position like that. And that is going to limit this offense, and it is going to, in play also, hinder Mahomes and put more on his back. And we saw that last year. Throws were a tick-off. Deep ball wasn't there. The O-line's a part of that, but not having a running game, not having something to say, you know what, I've got insurance. I've got something to fall back on. I've got a guy who I know I'm going to hand it to him on 3rd and 3. We're getting that first down, damn it.
Yeah, and somebody from 816, Kareem is better than Pacheco. I don't know what there is to understand. He had no offseason, was very good until we moved our best guard to tackle. Very good to me is strong. Dependent and reliable would be how I would consider Kareem Hunt, which I guess you could put that in the same category as, great, But again, I'm taking my Chiefs glasses off. And where was Kareem? Was Kareem Hunt a valuable piece in the AFC Championship game? I can't remember.
No.
Was he a valuable piece in the Super Bowl? Well, they got blown out. Okay. But they knew they were throwing the ball. When you don't have that elusive running back. So I think it's okay if you're fine and you're completely comfortable with Kareem Hunt being on your roster and you understand it, then by all means, there you go. Feel free. But I think there is a lot of people that are on the same side as you, me, Binkley, Gold, Cody, Carrington. Sorry. That are just a little confused. And again, I was confused by the Elijah Mitchell signing. I don't know what they're doing at running back. And again,
I like the Mitchell signing, but that was before the Hunt
I
re-sign.
missed an entire year.
He's young.
Fair.
Yeah.
But again, 1 year out of the NFL, we know is like going 10 years without life, right? Like you're completely lost sometimes. So yeah, I mean, like, and I'm not here to like really like prove a point or anything like that. I'm not trying to get in an argument with the 816. Like the left guard moved and all that. Yeah, okay, they couldn't run the ball. But again, like if you
couldn't run the ball before the left guard didn't move.
But you couldn't throw the ball to your running backs.
No.
And that's my argument. My argument is that I want this team to evolve on offense when it comes to the running back position. I don't think that it's wise to have, and again, maybe Elijah Mitchell's that guy, but a year off scares me.
He is when he's healthy, but he's not he's a great story. He's really exciting. You know, Raheem Mostert came from the 49ers. He was injured a lot. Stud season a couple years ago in Miami. Like, it can happen. Shanahan pumps these guys out. Jordan Mason led the league in rushing for the first 6 weeks of the season in San Francisco. Guy I've never heard of, Isaac Garindo, comes in a primetime game over 100 yards rushing. Like, Shanahan pumps these guys out. That gives me hope for Mitchell. But again, it's not the end-all, be-all. This is not a bell cow. This is not all right, Mitchell, 3rd and 3, AFC Championship game. No, that's not what I want.
And then you just basically have a bell cow and 2 running backs is essentially what we're looking at right now, between you're just going to split Pacheco and Hunt, which they tried to do that last year. You look at the stat line after every game, and it'd be like 10 carries Hunt, 4 Pacheco. It was not an even. It was like they're going to take one guy and give him the ball more. And again, I know that they trusted Kareem Hunt more down the stretch, but like for a team that, you know, got to the promised land and did a patch-up job to get there, which is fine. They still went 15-2 in the regular season, got away with the Super Bowl by doing so. I'm just not sure that same method carries over to the next year, right? So, again, not here to, like, prove anybody wrong, not here to call anybody out. I'm just saying that, like, this move over the weekend, I was a little confused by. I thought Kareem Hunt's year with the Chiefs was last year because it fit a purpose. Pacheco was injured. Carson Steele was not the guy that maybe they thought he could be. And they needed a guy they trusted that could hold on to the football, that could score inside the 5. And they had that with Isaiah Pacheco. He was that guy 2 years ago. He got hurt. They brought in Kareem Hunt. Isaiah Pacheco is back. He is healthy. He's going to play next year. Under 1 more year left in his contract. And you're going to bring Kareem Hunt back again. Maybe he brought something to the table that we don't know behind closed doors. I don't know. I just feel it's okay to feel a little confused by the Kareem Hunt signing to the Kansas City Chiefs. I get it. It's cheap. I understand that. But so are rookie running backs in the draft.
Yeah.
At least for the first couple years.
Yes, exactly. And they're younger. 816 says, I think Kareem ends up on the practice squad as a break-in case of emergency. Yeah, could see that.
Break glass in case of emergency.
Could see that. 913 says, if the O-line's fixed, the offense is going to run through 2,000-yard capable wide receivers. Kelsey's your 3rd receiving option. Then you got Hollywood Brown. It's the best set of weapons Mahomes has ever had. The Kareem Hunt signing tells me they want a dependable and complementary run game.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Dependent, great, makes sense. The guy's an absolute stud. That guy's Josh Verner. He joins us on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
It's March matchup season at BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Lock in your picks for this year's tournament with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Being on the sidelines is one thing. This March, get into the game with exciting state-of-the-art live tracking technology, exclusive sportsbook selections, and so much more. Check out BetMGM Originals for dozens of markets you won't find anywhere else. Take a shot at our exciting free-to-play games for your chance at scoring odds boost tokens, bonus bets, and many other prizes. Plus, new players can score up to $1,500 in bonus bets if their first bet loses. From the big dogs to the underdogs, March matchups at BetMGM is a player's best friend. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements and rewards may vary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I know it's tough to talk about when it comes to low T or erectile dysfunction, or even for myself, weight loss. It's tough. I get it. But sometimes you just have to nip it in the bud and take care of it yourself. Or you can have some help. And where you can get that help is with my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They also have 3 locations to help serve you. Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So if you need some help and you want some guidance, go see my friends at Heartland Men's Health. Call them today, 844-447-6600, or you can visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN+. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Spring may not officially be here until March 20th, but at Ryan Lawn & Tree, we've been preparing for spring all winter. This is Larry Ryan. Unlike companies that shut down for the season, our full-time Ryan pros train nonstop, studying the latest science to deliver even better results every year. No one brings more care and expertise to your lawn and landscape than a Ryan Pro in the Clean Red truck. Ryan Pros are full-time employee owners, many with degrees in horticulture and turf management. If you ever have a question or a special need, you never call an 800 number. You call your Ryan Pro's mobile number and talk to an owner. Get your free lawn instant quote online. Just visit ryanlawn.com/spring and get started today. Sign up this month and take 50% off your first lawn application. Our 50% off spring offer is the only one that comes with a Ryan Pro. Visit ryanlawn.com/spring today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 49 northbound heading out of Peculiar with long delays. 2 miles of slow traffic. You hit slowdowns around Peculiar Way, and it stays heavy with an accident reporting. Past that, things move pretty well through Belton and up into the Grandview Triangle. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
All right, I had no idea Blink-182 was Irish.
So are the aliens.
Yeah. Boondock Saints was the winner on the text line. Says you got to watch it. Yeah, I got to watch it. I think I'm going to watch it tonight, too.
Okay.
I don't know how much sports I'm going to be diving into. Obviously, diving into the playoff that's happening. Rory McIlroy birdies the 16th, which means he goes 1 under. Somebody, I didn't know if they were trolling, because you never know anymore. They were like, what's aggregate scoring mean?
Oh, yeah.
The total of per rounds. So if, for instance, in soccer, in the UEFA League, if Bayern Munich and Real Madrid play, and they play 2 games, and Bayern Munich goes up in the first game 2-0, that means that in the second game, Real Madrid has to win 3-0 just to win because they're already down 2. So if Rory birdies the first 2 holes, and this guy pars the first 2 holes, that means that Rory would have to double bogey and this guy would have to birdie just to win. So it's total combined score throughout the total amount of games, holes, whatever. Could you imagine the aggregate scoring like the AFC and NFC championship game?
Crazy.
Each team gets a playoff game. You play either KC first, Buffalo first, and if the Chiefs win 21-7, they're up 14-0.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Sign me up. Get rid of that week before the playoffs. Do aggregate NFC, AFC championship games.
Would have been great for the early Chiefs. Yeah, right now, I don't know if I like that as much.
Good luck. Well, I mean, I guess it'd be great. They're still only winning 54-51. Aggregate, still -3. You put up 50. What could Kareem Hunt do? I have no idea. A lot of people say what doesn't make sense is Elijah Mitchell signing.
Yeah, I know. To me, it's the sequence. Either one makes sense. Both of them together do not.
I was talking to Cody Tapp out there, and he says, Kareem Hunt seems like a sentimental guy, like peace. You want the guy to win. We got to win the Super Bowl. He wanted to get his first Super Bowl. Didn't happen, obviously, because of the catastrophic ending against Philadelphia in that Super Bowl. But it is what it is.
I could see that texter being right, too, about just maybe he's a practice squad guy. They have injuries. Yeah. He knows exactly where to come up. He's fresh.
Because we know Kareem they draft running back and move Pacheco. I don't know if you moved Pacheco. He's still on that rookie deal.
Yeah, still on the rookie deal. There's not much of a market. I'd keep Pacheco.
What, are you going to get a 4th, 7th round pick for him?
Yeah, come on.
No. You're already on house money with Isaiah
Exactly.
Pacheco.
You should keep
2 Super Bowls, got him in the 7th round out of Rutgers.
Yep.
Sign me up.
Recovered from the injury. He's got this whole offseason. He'll be back. He'll be fresh.
Yeah. It is that time of the day on a Monday. This is the new time. Vern will join us. Normally it's Fescoe. He's out of town. Mac and he joins us today. Vern, how are you doing on this lovely Monday morning on St. Patrick's Day?
I'm doing very well. I was under the impression that St. Patrick's Day was the 14th, and I was surprised. I'm like, man, nobody's mentioned that it's St. Patrick's Day. That's pretty weird. Come to find out this morning, today's St. Patrick's Day. So always informative, Dusty. I appreciate the information that today is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, wear your green so nobody pinches you.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm 41. If anybody touches me, I can haul off on them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you pinch me, I'm punch you in the effing face.
Yeah. You pinch me when I'm a kid. I'm a grown-up now. Don't touch me.
You're not wearing green. I don't care. Don't pinch me. I mean, that's just... I mean, there's 3 pains that I don't like.
Go pinch one of your single friends, lady.
Yeah, come on now. We have 2 different definitions of pinching.
Although I have heard the struggle that the show's having this morning of identifying Ireland via Scotland.
Dude, it's tough, man.
I agree.
I'm getting
That's
called
why
racist.
I would just steer clear. I didn't even know what day it was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, come on now. I mean, Irish, Scottish, I thought they were just brothers.
Let's hope they are.
Because, I mean, we've all seen
Let's hope they can come together.
Did you think the Robin Williams skit was Ireland, or did you think it was Scotland?
I'm not familiar with it.
Really?
I thought you did a pretty good job, though.
Okay.
Passing it across. It made it interesting. I now want to seek it out.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to look that one up. That one's great.
The guy that's playing Rory McIlroy is absolutely melting down. He just put his approach or his 17th.
Never heard of any of these guys in the top 10 outside of Rory.
Yeah, J.J. Spahn just put his ball in the drink on 17.
Nice.
Looks absolutely
good for
lost.
Rory, man. How can you not root for that dude?
On St. Patrick's Day. Now I know he's from Ireland. You know, I know he's of Irish descent, and he got it pushed back to St. Patrick's Day, so you know he's winning.
He's Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a different country. Him and Shane Lowry. I'm almost finished with the new season of Full Swing.
Yeah, that President's Day Cup or that President's Cup one was about as boring as it is golf. I had to kind of fast forward through that one. But no, I want to talk about our guy. I talked to you on Sunday, and it was a humble Dusty, was it not? It was a humble Dusty.
I love who our guy is. Not the best player on the planet.
No.
Not the opening day starter. Not the runner-up for Cy Young Award. Not the future Hall of Fame catcher. Not even the future All-Star first baseman. Our guy is, understandably, Jack Caglione, correct? Someone that's likely to start at Double-A?
Yeah, and
the 6'5" phenom rook.
Yeah,
that
with
guy.
He is a monster.
Size
You're
17 feet.
Yeah.
Even that's got Rex Ryan grinning. He swallowed your hand with his own hand at spring training. You admitted that. You've never seen that happen to you before. Sorry, Dad. But here we are, another game, which I thought was maybe not the explosive Caglione game in the split squad on Saturday, but a 2-for-3 day, 2 RBI, a walk. He looks like he's kind of getting comfortable, but from what I've been told from a source, Vern, he still struggles with the old number 2, the old curveball.
Well, listen, everyone, when you're facing big league pitching, struggles with the off-speed stuff. And that is another reason why, have some grace, right? Have some patience. Allow him to suffer an 0-for-10 stretch somewhere outside of the big leagues before you have the weight of the world on his shoulders. Drew another walk yesterday. Listen, I don't feel comfortable sitting here explaining why Jack shouldn't be in the big leagues because, Dusty, as you know, this has been as perfect a spring training as the 22-year-old could have drawn up, whether we're talking production, we're talking meshing with the pros in the big league clubhouse. It's doing what he set out to do and showing up to surprise, and that is showing the coaching staff that he's mentally prepared for the grind of a 162-game big league regular season. So mentally, physically, emotionally, teammate-wise, he's done everything and putting in the work, right? Acknowledging his faults. Hitting's always tough. I don't care how long you've been in the game. Salvador Perez still has a tough time with sliders away, and he's been in the game for nearly a decade and a half. So issues with the breaking ball, you never have that solved. You never step to the dish and go, okay, I hit everything. I dare you to throw. I mean, Barry Bonds had that. Okay, Barry Bonds had that, but not many people outside of that. Also, the defensive, I don't want to say issues, but the need for growth defensively. And I'm not talking about the outfield. I'm talking about first base. There's still work that needs to be done to make him a professional defender at first base, let alone out in the corner outfield. So, listen, if I could have asked you going into camp, what's the perfect performance for Jack Caglione? Outside of he had a bases-loaded opportunity in the breakout game with all the prospects back on Saturday. If he goes bridge there, okay, now it's the perfect camp. But he's pretty darn close to doing everything that Royals fans could have wanted. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, Dusty. He's one of, if not the, biggest talking point of camp. So, boy, and he has been smiling ear to ear, having a great time, one of the first ones to show up, one of the last ones to leave. It's just all gone so very well. But as you know, it's a game of failure. Let's see how he handles his first taste of failure in more than a calendar year. You do have to go back to when he, started playing A-ball. His first few weeks of professional baseball was the last time this guy struggled. We know hard times await, So let's see how he handles it here in 2025.
Because I told you, I was like, either way, like you just kind of described, it's a great story this spring. Like, I mean, we always say, which I always steal from you, is like, all right, Mahomes, just, we've got baseball until he puts on the yellow jersey and the red 15 and starts throwing, passes to receivers in St. Joe. But, Caglione has been this story for the Royals. I told Mac during the show that I think the three stories that have been the biggest in Kansas City in the offseason is obviously, Chiefs moves, NFL draft, Jack Caglione. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but I mean, like, at least he's getting the wheels turning, because he could have had a catastrophic spring and he's starting in A-ball and we're having this whole, like, oh, the Royals and they don't develop, but all of a sudden, now maybe he starts in AA and in a month he's in AAA, and that even still is an expedited process to what this kid has done this spring with that slash line. Again, 17 at bats, but still pretty impressive, knocking 5.29 off the average.
And I think that speaks to the heightened expectations for this team. I'm not going to disagree with your three big storylines of the offseason. Yeah, the Super Bowl, the dynastic Chiefs, who's going to help them return to glory, and then this 22-year-old monster of a left-handed bat in Jack Caglione. I do think that speaks to we all know and believe that the Royals are going to contend for a division title. So we as Royals fans, which is music to my ears, it was one of my big questions coming into camp was, how are Royals fans, how is Kansas City going to treat this team? Are we going to take the advice of Salvador Perez and now look at this organization as a squad that is expected to go to the playoffs year in and year out after what they did last season, that is now the standard for Kansas City baseball? And it seems to be as if, yes, Royals fans are falling in line. We're not falling victim or overblowing the outstanding springs of Michael Massey or Jonathan India or MJ Melendez or Daniel Lynch or Chris Bubich. And in that same breath, we're not overreacting to, the inflated ERA out here in camp of a Michael Wacha or a Cole Reagans. We understand that they're getting their work in right now in preparation for this 6-month grind through the summer. So to put our hopes and dreams and attention and eyeballs on Jack Caglione makes sense, because we know the 26 guys that are going to be there in 10 days at Kauffman Stadium, the only numbers that matter start in 10 days. What's happening out here in camp doesn't matter for the big league guys. They matter for Jack Caglione. They matter for Noah Cameron and Luinder Avila and the rest of the guys that are next up, Carter Jensen's and whatnot. And across the board, those four names I just mentioned, the two closest pitching prospects and the two best position player prospects in Carter and Caglione, all four of them, very impressive, not only to me, but to the coaching staff, to the front office. That's what spring training's about, when you're a quality organization and a squad that has a playoffs or bust mindset. So, Caglione, no doubt, one of the top three stories, and thankfully Royals fans now view this team as they should be viewed, as a contender for 2025.
Speaking of being that contender, some news that we got yesterday. The opening day guy on the slab is one Cole Reagans. We do a thing called One Word, and I said future for Cole Reagans. This ought to be your guy that goes out there and toes the slab, obviously with the contract in the offseason. That's your guy. That's your ace. You take him into the depth of hell when it gets into the rough months of baseball. Like you always say, Vern, who's that guy that in the midst of a 3-game losing streak can go out there and say, the hell with it, it's over today? Cole Reagans kind of gives you that sort of that toughness, that snot of a starting pitcher, which doesn't make sense, but it sounds cool.
It makes sense.
Opening day starter is Cole Reagans. Obviously, the humbled and quiet Texas kid that he is gets the slab. We played your audio. What's that mean for him, and what's that mean for the team moving forward outside of just what it is, the future?
Well, I think for him, it is just the latest reminder of how he's viewed in the game. Back-to-back opening day starts. Keep in mind, this is a guy that went through back-to-back Tommy John surgeries and was traded away by the team that drafted him for a 3-month rental of Aroldis Chapman. So to go from a relief prospect that you're willing to give away for a rental turning into a top 3 Cy Young Award finisher in the face of a franchise, or one of the faces of a franchise, is another testament to the kingpin that is J.J. Piccolo calling the shots right now in this Royals front office. That's where I have to begin. To me, Reagans, Urseg, Hunter Harvey, I mean, there's so many moves on this roster, so many acquisitions, whether it's trade or free agency, that just shines such a great light on J.J. Piccolo and where this franchise is and where it can be with more savvy moves like that. But as far as Cole is concerned, just look at the rest of this rotation. Michael Wacha, not a Hall of Fame resume, but a resume that's going to be remembered for a long time, whether it's the NLCS MVP dating back to his days in St. Louis, or just the consistent professionalism that he's left in all of the clubhouses that he's been fortunate enough to be a part of. Seth Lugo, the runner-up for the American League Cy Young Award last season. Two of the most respected voices and arms in the American League. And once again, it was a no-brainer that Cole Reagans lead that staff. So I think that speaks to not only what the organization thinks about him, what his talent demands, but also the respect that some of the most respected in the game have for him. Right? Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, there's no bones about it, man. They would point to Cole Reagans and say, that dude's the nastiest. So, I think last year was a nice breakout for the boys in blue. It made Cole and Seth and Vinny more household names when it comes to baseball circles. This year's about taking the next step and putting that team on the national map, where it's not just Bobby Witt and Salvi and those names I just mentioned, but it's the Kansas City Royals and their reputation preceding themselves, to where they come to town and people are showing up to the Big A or the Mariners ballpark or Yankee Stadium or down in Tampa. You're showing up to see Bobby, to see Lugo, to see Reagans. That's what I'm looking for from this team, to go from a nice story that everybody fell in love with last year to this year becoming that type of organization that you plan your weekend around. We got to go see Bobby Witt Jr. at least once.
Yeah, I always love the George Brett reference, which is he's a guy you don't go take a piss for. You stay on the rail and you hold it because of the action that it could be happening for that guy.
Speaking of, I'm looking forward. Him and Cags spent some time in the dugout with one another yesterday. That was a sight to behold. The 22-year-old Caglione and the greatest Royal of all time. I'm hoping to get a few minutes with Jack today, find out what was going on in that convo with the great number 5.
Oh, so it was, what you're saying is it was Brett telling me he's getting the call up to the big leagues. That's awesome. Joking. Or he's worried about his home run record in Kansas City with that kid looming. Could be there. Hey, last one real quick, Vern. One of the big moves this offseason was getting rid of a guy that was a homegrown talent drafted out of Florida. Not Caglione, but it was Brady Singer, and in comes Jonathan India. I think Jonathan India has had a really nice spring, and if there's one thing you're going to do, you got to get going quick with these fans sometimes, because they all had a connection to Brady. He was a big piece. You bring in your leadoff hitter. Looks like he's doing his job. At least it did look like that in Saturday's game when he knocked in that dinger.
Everything, man. Everything that you would have asked Jonathan India to do, he's doing that plus more. I've mentioned before the clubhouse. It appears as if he came up with Bobby and Vinny and Massey and the rest, just immediately meshes. Seems like a great leader. Well, I mean, he was the leader in Cincinnati, and we all know that Bobby and Salvi are leading the way in Kansas City. So, India can just, instead of needing to be the guy to not only get it done offensively and defensively, but also lead with body language and energy, he doesn't need to worry about that. Salvi and Bobby have it. He can just impart his knowledge and experience on the young Royals that he's going to be taking the diamond with. Defensively, third base, he's looked outstanding. Obviously, second base, you're expecting some defensive improvement there with the great infield coach, Jose Aguasil, that the Royals have. So the defensive knocks that India's had on him in the past, I think, will be slightly alleviated because of better coaching and put in more opportune spots, even if it means left field, third base. He certainly looked solid defensively, a lot more solid than I was expecting coming into camp. Man, I can't remember a game in which he's played out here in which he hasn't found himself drawing a walk, roping a double, getting on base in some form or fashion. So really, across the board, clubhouse, offense, defense, base running, energy, competitiveness, desire, it's all there for Jonathan India. So I listen, we go through it every single season as far as who's the first person that the fan base is going to turn on. I don't think we even need to worry about that with Jonathan India. There's going to be no buyer's remorse when it comes to the leadoff hitter for the 2025 Royals. This dude, so far, all good.
You really sure you needed that mini fridge in the garage, Dave? Hey, go look and see if your cocktails are cold. Oh, they are. You forget about that purchase really quickly when it pays off immediately. Vern, we'll talk to you next Monday. The other guy will be in here with me, but appreciate the time and continue to enjoy that. Loving to see what your Caglione conversation will be after he talked to the man himself, George Brett. So we appreciate the time.
Love you, Dusty.
Love you too, Vern. Oh, it's first time.
Nice.
First time he said it first.
Yeah, usually you say it, and then he says it back. He said, you know what?
He
Love
hit
you, man.
Yep. Like Caglione struggling with the curveball. I'm struggling with Vern telling he loves me for the first. Doing it first.
Doing
Only,
it first.
you know?
It means more.
I love you, Dad. Say it back. Say it back. Say it back.
Please. Damn it.
Yeah, Raj, King of the Slams. That was Vern. Some breaking news in the NFL. Derek Stingley just got paid $90 million, $89 guaranteed, the cornerback for the Texans. Why this is a very, very good day for one Trent McDuffie on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, here we sit getting ready for the start of spring. And if you're thinking to yourself, man, I'd love to have 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment, I have the answer for you. It is Golden Oak Lending, and they have helped us out over the last couple of years, consolidate some debt, pay for home repairs, do what we needed to do to get financial freedom. And the best part about Golden Oak Lending is they listen to you. You'll call them at 913-890-GOLD and say, hey, I want to take that free mortgage checkup Fescoe was talking about. And they'll say, okay, what are your financial goals? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And they'll take in all of the information that you're going to give them in that free mortgage checkup. And that means there's no paperwork or credit card number or any like that required. It's just a conversation. And Golden Oak will see if they have a mortgage that is better than what you're currently in. If they do, then they will let you know. If they don't, they're going to let you know that as well. They're not going to try to sell you something that you don't need or something that isn't better than what you're in right now. Plus, the average cash-out customer saves over $1,100 per month when they refinance with Golden Oak Lending. And then you won't have to make a mortgage payment for 2 months. So take that free mortgage checkup now. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
The last thing I want to do this March is get off the couch during the tournament to get food. So I'm letting Hy-Vee come to me. Hy-Vee makes it so easy. With their aisles online, I can order my groceries right from my phone and never miss a play. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com and choose your store and select your items. Hy-Vee does all the shopping for me. All I have to do is pick up my order or have it delivered to my home. Save time, save money, and see every buzzer beater. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
3, 2, 1. It's mid-March. Time to pick your bracket, stock the fridge, and get ready for the dance. The Hy-Vee Market Grill is ready too, with smoking hot deals on your barbecue favorites. It's a slam dunk when you serve pulled pork sliders 2 for $3, a full slab of St. Louis-style ribs just $12.99, and boneless chicken wings just $6.99 a pound. Add Hy-Vee coleslaw and potato salad for a buzzer-beating finish. Don't miss the Hy-Vee Market Grill Smokeout Thursday through Sunday at your Kansas City area Hy-Vee.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Folks are always asking me about QC Kinetics treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. If you're wondering if you are a good candidate, let's see if you answered a yes to any of these questions. First question, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints? Do you have trouble sleeping, walking, and doing day-to-day movements? Next, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because joint pain is holding you back? Walking, golfing, jogging. If you answered yes to any of those, I bet you'd be a great candidate. So please don't wait. Call QC Kinetics right now and ask for your free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can get you lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Brought to you by Urban Air.
Urban Air is where fun takes flight. With our awesome attractions, it's always an adventure. Visit urbanair.com today to find your local park and book your tickets, membership, or birthday. Urban Air, let them fly. Attractions vary by park.
Opening day coverage is brought to you by Hollywood Casino. Stop by Hollywood Casino every Wednesday in March from 12 until 2 to register for your chance to win opening day tickets. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, long delays, Peculiar into Belton, 49 northbound. You hit slowdowns around Peculiar Way, and it just crawls for about 2 miles up towards 195th Street with an accident, blocking at least one lane of traffic. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
That's what Rory McIlroy is going to sing on a St. Paddy's Day, the Northern Irishman leading by 3 strokes. That purse for the PGA Championship is $4.5 million. Now, obviously, that is distributed out throughout everybody who places after the cut. But a very handsome, rewarding day for one Rory McIlroy, who wins the 5th, or will win the 5th major. One that doesn't mean it's a major, but it's the fake major.
It's got the asterisks.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know when they'll come out, but we're less than 25 days away from the Masters. Watch him be the favorite to win it over Scotty because of recency bias.
Yeah, because of this. Yeah, that makes sense. So that means maybe some value on Scotty.
Because I believe this will be Rory's 2nd win of the year on the tour. Maybe the other one was not the PGA Tour. Maybe it was like the whatever. But he's even. The other guy is, what is it? +3 after a disastrous 17th aggregate scoring. So they are on 18. Rory's within like 7 feet for a par. He can 2-putt that. Hell, he can 3-putt that to win the tournament. So good $10 win. Now I will go put all that money on Florida to win the national title.
And I will put it on my Vols.
Yep. Which we need to look at that.
The odds. Yeah.
By 9/17.
Yeah, we should later on, 9/17, we'll do some college basketball. Yeah, we'll do maybe some early predictions too.
Some propaganda.
Yes,
right?
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Some propaganda.
If I get,
Can we just come up with a new bit?
I love it.
Okay.
Love it. If I get 1% of the propaganda that Derek Stingley just got, I'll be happy, man.
I'm glad you said that. By the way, tournament coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Each drinks scenic views. Speaking of peaks, there's a man at the top. We got a man at the top of the cornerback market, Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
Just got a $90 million contract, $89 million guaranteed. Two things out of that. One, McDuffie sitting back, feet on the ottoman, telling somebody to come bring him a sandwich.
Like, hey, what's up?
And then two, owners, right? Still no fully guaranteed contracts in football. So even though it's just $1 million, they can still be like, technically, it's not fully guaranteed. Because if you got fully guaranteed, everybody's calling that owner going, hey, dude, we had an agreement. No fully guaranteed contracts.
Don't do that.
And yeah, $89 million guaranteed, $90 million to Stingley and the Houston Texans. What does that make you feel about Trent McDuffie? Do you pay McDuffie that much money?
I know you asked me that off the air. My first gut instinct was yes. And then right after it was like, well, we just talked about it last week, or at least I did. He played on the outside last year. He was great, elite. Was he as good as he was the first 2 years? No, he wasn't. That's okay. All that means is maybe he is at his best, truly the best, as a slot corner. Slot corners don't get paid $80 million guaranteed.
Okay. Because that's what you liked the signing from the Chargers.
So I really liked getting Christian Fulton.
Because then he can be your lockdown guy. McDuffie can go back to McDuffie Island in the slot.
In the slot, yep.
And really just dominate.
Be physical, blitz, press man, come off the edge, things like that.
Does he give you the type of guy? Because McDuffie's a great dude, right? I've had a couple of conversations with him. He's always been respectful, always been nice, does a lot of good work around the city. Really good at his job in football.
Yeah.
Do you pay that much money to him? Like $90 million when you're already, paycheck to paycheck, essentially, when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Still got to pay Trey, right? Mahomes' contract obviously will always be negotiated with and all that sort of stuff. They made a little bit of money, but you still got to pay Trey. Because Stingley got a 3-year extension? Is that what it was?
3-year extension. He's 23. He'll be 24 in June.
And McDuffie's 24.
He'll be 25 in September. Yeah. So just a year difference there.
Text line 913-586-7965. $90 million in Trent McDuffie. Yay or nay?
75. No. I love McDuffie, but not for an undersized slot corner. I know about undersized. You don't pay that much. Trade them, replace them. Well, you brought up the trade. What's the price, though, man? What do you get?
I mean, what do you get for McDuffie? A third and a fifth?
Yeah, best.
A second
case,
and
right?
a fourth? Maybe?
Maybe. That'd be awesome. I might consider it for that.
I didn't think we'd get here, but, that's what's the, effed part about everything.
Yeah.
Is that, all it takes is one guy to set it, right? Like Jamar Chase. Take that for an example, right? And you sent me the Diana Rossini update. They want to pay Hendrickson.
They're trying to pay Hendrickson.
They want to do what everybody said they couldn't do and pay all three of their guys.
Trying to get it done today.
And they're going to do it.
I think they're going to do it.
Big dust.
Big dust.
Again, I don't think, and this is a fine line, and we can obviously revisit this later on today and tomorrow. I don't think this is a issue of your fandom if you're the Chiefs. If you're like $90 million, Trent McDuffie. Look, L'Jarius Sneed didn't get paid, and he wasn't getting 90. Charvarius Ward got paid, and he wasn't getting 90. And Trent McDuffie is good. Trent McDuffie is, to me, a top 3 corner.
Yes.
Is Stingley better? They sure the hell paid him it.
At what he does, yes.
Okay. And he's the Darrell Rivas lockdown outside. Give me your number one, I'll be your number one.
Man coverage, yep.
So maybe McDuffie doesn't get this sort of contract.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Because Adam Schefter is the guy that likes to stir the pot of the NFL. And you saw what he tweeted immediately afterwards, right?
Thanks,
right
Adam.
after Stingley gets paid. Yeah, right after he gets paid. Adam Schefter. And Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie is also eligible for a new deal this offseason.
Shut the hell up.
Hey, Adam. Stay in your lane, which I guess that is his lane. So I guess I can't say that there.
It's like the SpongeBob sound. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah,
it's literally what it is. Shut up. We know. We know.
That contract is nuts, man.
Yeah, from the 918. I don't think Veach will ever pay a DB like that. I get that. I see that.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. That's why we have this open forum. It's breaking news. Nobody has really done. 10-2, they'll have enough time to break it down whatever they want to do. Because to me, it's one thing that's a hell of a guaranteed contract, $89 million. Not the 90. They saved the million. They saved their face with ownership being like, yeah, we didn't give away a full guaranteed contract. But also, the quarterback market just keeps going up and up and up because obviously what we said before, the wide receiver talent is insane.
And when you got to constantly go up against every team that has a wide receiver one, you can't let those guys destroy you. So how do you do that? You find somebody that can stop them. And this guy comes, of course, and this is from Twitter as well, that 2019 LSU team continues to cement its mark and maybe the greatest team ever.
Wow, yes.
Because Burrow, Jefferson, Chase, Stingley, total math money, it's a bad number, $666 million.
Yikes.
Best college team I've ever seen in my life. And there's
Hands
a lot
down.
of college football teams. LSU, to me, that team was just
nuts.
I mean, the number 1 and number 2 wide receivers in football, the number 3 quarterback in football, and what, top 3 cornerback in football? Top 4, top 5?
Easily top 5. I'd say top 3.
That's crazy.
And from
$666 million.
From our guy, Josh Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I'm at least a little bit concerned the Chiefs will extend McDuffie for $40 million a year the day before he becomes a free agent in 2 years. So there you go. That's from Briscoe.
One more time for those in the back, hard of hearing.
He says, I think I'm a little concerned that 2 years from now when he becomes a free agent, McDuffie will be getting $40 million a year.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
No.
Now, 2 years, right? So that you're talking about 3rd to 5th or a 2nd and a 4th for trading. If you got 2 years left, you can get a 2nd and a 4th. Now, you got to make that decision, right? Say, hey, we don't got a lot of assets. We're kind of in for all intents and purposes, a rebuild. We need some picks. Okay, the market's hot. Let's do it. You'd have to strike while the iron's hot. I would not do that. You can't trade McDuffie right now.
Right. Somebody says, part you're missing is salary cap. While the money you're talking is big, it would be bad deal 3, 4, 5 years ago. But now that's normal money.
Yeah, salary cap goes up. That's fair.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I'd like to look at the percentage. We could do the math, 816. I think the corner market has gone up faster than the salary cap has.
Yeah, 2001 Miami Hurricane was still one of the best college football teams I've ever seen in my life. One of the best.
Yeah, but all YouTube for me on that one. But amazing roster.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Incredible.
I mean, star quarterback Ken Dorsey.
The best defense like ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ed Reed, right?
Was he on 01's team? He had to have been. Because I think you also had like Santana Moss, Clinton Portis. I want to say you had, what's his name from Houston? Stud receiver. I'm drawing a blank. Andre Johnson, I think, was on that team. Kellen Winslow Jr., before he was a weirdo, I think was on that team. Yeah, they were great. Greg Olson, Dron Beason, all those guys.
Oh, yeah, we know Greg Olson was on that
Yeah,
team.
dude. Somebody says, draft Kobe Bryant. Look, dude.
Okay.
I mean, if they don't sign Trent McDuffie and draft a corner, is that the writing on the wall?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a good point. We'll know in April, right? If they draft a corner high.
Because who's to say McDuffie gets a deal done before this season starts? Because I would say that if he doesn't get a deal done before this season,
it's over.
It's not happening. Because then if he goes out there and does it again, $89 million's a walk in the park when the salary cap goes up next year. But when you look at it down the road, 25, you sign him to a 4-year deal like you had said and Briscoe had tweeted, 26, 27, 28, 29, and you're paying 40, 40, 40 the last 3 years of that contract. I don't know if you do that.
And all this, Mahomes, they got to restructure and what they did, and we'll look at the cap numbers, but these next 2 years, it's $160 million total, 150-something total cap hit for Mahomes.
Is it a miss not sign him, or is this just McDuffie being like, I'm not signing? Is this a man knowing his worth?
It's a good point, too. We know Veach has been, I mean, from what Bob has said, that this has been a conversation over the last year. This has been a want. This has been something that's been a priority inside the front office.
What did Bob say? Is like when you looked at the picture and there was like Jones, Kelsey, Mahomes, McDuffie.
That was on purpose.
We didn't know $89 million guarantee was going to go to Derek Stingley here on March 17, 2025. Insane. Coming up on the other side, I wanted to ask you this earlier. I asked this earlier. Some of you just got into your radio or you got into the app or you missed it. Today is St. Patrick's Day. When and what moment did you know that Patrick Mahomes was a Saint? When were you like, that's St. Patrick? That's the guy. 913-586-7965. When did you know Patrick Mahomes was a Saint? You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Mac and Dusty today and in this week on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, spring is officially here. It's going to be a beautiful week, and that means you're going to start looking at your yard, and you're going to start saying, I got to do something about this. Well, you're going to do what I did this year, and you're going to call the professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And they're going to come out and they're going to take care of your lawn. Why do it yourself? Because quite honestly, we don't know what we're doing, but the folks at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control went to college for this. They're college-educated professionals, and they're going to get the job done right the first time. I can't wait for them to come out to my house and tell me what I need to do to make my lawn look great. In fact, they're not going to tell me what to do. They're just going to take care of it and do it themselves because they've been doing it since 1985, and they offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And like I said, since 1985, they've been veteran-owned, serving Kansas City. Right now, if you mention this ad, you'll get a free estimate and up to half off your first application. So you want to expect the best. You don't want to wait. You want to visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Guys, it's Cody Tapp, and let's talk about feeling your best. If you don't have that same energy, strength, maybe feeling moody, if you lost that drive with your partner, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and the true experts you can find at the Low T Center. Getting tested is fast and easy, and we aren't all the same, so don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program. I learned about personalized therapy at the Low T Center and the results you can expect with a customized TRT. So don't put it off. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025. Live in Kansas City. T-Mobile Center, September 17th. With special guests, Idols, and the Barbarians of California. Get tickets this Monday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. For more, visit Deftones.com.
Papa Roach.
This is my last resort. That's what she said. I don't hate.
With Rise Against, celebrating 25 years. Rise of the Roach Tour. Rockin' T-Mobile Center, April 9th. With special guest, Under Oath. On sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Papa Roach and Rise Against together on one epic night.
Honey, it's me, your wife. Sorry to bother you, but this house is a mess. The windows are drafty, the vinyl siding has cracks and holes in it, and the kids just fell through the deck. We need Powell Exteriors KC now. They install James Hardie siding, Provia windows, Renaissance patio products, beautiful decks, roofing, and more, all at 0% interest for 18 months. Go to powellkc.com and see for yourself. Powell Exteriors KC. The best decision you've made since you married me.
KC, let's get loud at Big Slick 2025. Enjoy comedy, music, and more at the Big Slick Show on May 31st at T-Mobile Center, with all proceeds benefiting Children's Mercy. Tickets are on sale now at bigslickkc.org. Peace and quiet are not invited, but you are.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY Days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 49 northbound and Peculiar, moving better. Earlier accident up near 195th Street has cleared, and most of those delays have unwound completely. A little slow in Belton, 49 northbound past Missouri 58, and moves better once you get up towards 155th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, Royals fans, it's Vern. The Hot Stove Show is back every Thursday night at 6 o'clock from spring training all the way up until opening day. This is your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set
No idea if these songs have curse words in them. We were told to be sure we knew how to use the dump button when Bob Fescoe was away for the week, so hopefully we hit the under with that. He gave us like 4.5.
Yeah, was it one a day or less of one a day? That's basically it.
Prop agenda gets created, and we'll do that maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Stay tuned. But happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, subscribe. Then when you go to it every time, it just goes right to the top of the page. You have to scroll and look for it. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, we're live on there. Two faces. That's Dusty Likens and Mac Morey here with you today on a St. Patrick's Day. We also had asked, what was the moment? And the moment we're talking about is when you knew Mahomes was a Saint. Because I remember one year at this station, I still have the shirt. It said, Happy St. Patrick's Day. And it was a rainbow green shirt. It had a goat that had the number 15 cut into it.
Hell yeah.
So I'll send you a picture of that later on today. But yeah, so what was the moment? 913-586-7965. I am not shocked and not surprised, but what I thought was going to lead the day, which is the play to Chris Conley in the corner of the end zone, the home opener of 2018, when he scrambles all the way around, goes like kind of like a helicopter, moves around, and then it was just bang, corner of the end zone. And I mean, everyone, and when I say everyone, lost their mind. Fortunate enough to be able to sit in the press box during that game with everybody else that's in the media. You're supposed to sit on your hands, make no movement. It's like if the T-Rex was in the room. You can't move or it'll see you. You can't make any sort of emotions, anything like that. And he made that play, and all of a sudden, everyone just went, oh.
Whoa.
And I mean, San Francisco media, national media, Kansas City media. And I just remember looking back at Therese Paylor, who sat above me, and I just shook my head. I just and he just goes, oh no, Dust. And that was it. And it was just from then on, it's just like, all right, here we go. Enjoy the show. So a lot of people saying they knew Patrick Mahomes was a Saint the minute that touchdown happened in San Francisco versus the Kansas City game, which believe Garoppolo would tear his ACL that game on the sidelines as well.
Yeah, you're right. That was, I do remember that. That was that game. I wonder if, I'm glad that game was at home, glad that moment happened at Arrowhead, because I feel like that answer wouldn't be as much if it didn't happen here. Yeah, people can appreciate that moment more. I mean, I remember where I was next to my college roommate at the time. Not a Chiefs fan at all, but a Mahomes truther, me and him both from day one. I remember going, what's he doing? And he goes, as he's rolling back around to his left, that's what he's doing before he throws it.
What do you think the percentage is when the Chiefs drafted and it said, Chiefs draft quarterback Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech? How many people, percentage-wise, in the local area do you think had no idea who Patrick Mahomes was? You think it's more than 30?
Oh, yeah.
You think it's 50?
I was going to say more than 50.
Because I think a lot of people wanted Deshaun Watson that year.
Oh, for sure.
And it was
makes sense.
Patrick Mahomes. I wonder how many people actually. Obviously, you knew. Yeah. You lost your mind.
I was freaking out. I was really, really excited. Remember calling my brother.
Yeah. But what do you think that percentage is? Because I think it would be interesting. And it's not a shot
no,
at
it's not a shot at all.
Not a lot of people watch.
No one knew Tom Brady.
6th-round pick. But like,
you know what I mean.
10th overall, Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech. I wonder how many people are like, who's that?
Yeah, who's that? Yeah.
Because my first who's that was when it was, defensive end or linebacker, Auburn, D. Ford. I went, I'm sorry,
who's this guy?
That guy? Seems a bit offsides.
You're not that guy, pal.
Yeah, you're not that guy. Somebody says when Mahomes hit the sausage on the wheel route against the Chargers for a touchdown in the season opener of 2018.
That one was awesome. Dime.
Oh, yeah. Over the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Boom. More impressive throw or more impressive catch?
Yeah, got to be the catch, dude.
Okay. What was your St. Patrick moment?
For me, my moment, I think it was that first season that he started, the 50 and 5,000. I believe it was a 4th and 9 against the Baltimore Ravens. They were down. And then Tyreek in the middle of the field. He rolls right. He's got 2 Ravens at least coming up. And somehow he fits it into a gimpy, limping Tyreek Hill on the sideline. That game was over. That game was wrapped up. perfect defensive play from the Ravens. Couldn't have drawn it up any better from Harbaugh on them, and that's kind of what makes you go, okay, this guy is it. When the cards are stacked against you, it's a few names that can do it, right? Tom Brady, 28-3. There's those moments, right, with Brady in his career. Manning's had a few. Joe Montana, Mahomes. That was the first one for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, man, I'm trying to think because there's a lot of people that still are just, it's the San Francisco game. Somebody wrote a thesis statement on it. The moment when Mahomes approached sainthood. I remember it like yesterday. Chiefs, Niners, early season game. His first year as a starter, full rush from the 49ers. He moves right, turns, and goes running left, turns again and runs right and slings a pig rocket. I think they meant piss rocket on a leather whip to Chris Conley in the corner of the end zone. I mean, if you go back and watch that play, watch the fans in that end zone, watch their reaction. You'd have thought it was like a KU game just getting ready to start with the fans that do all the shaking of the paper. How dare you compare fans? I'm just saying, like, the environment, the way the setting was, I mean, just absolutely bonkers. From the text line, the 913, the left-handed throw against Denver. Yeah, I mean, leaving Denver game week 17, then coming back in the game and leading the game-winning drive was the moment I knew he was 100% a Saint. I would say that's foreshadowing.
Yeah, right.
And then, the touchdown to Anthony Sherman in L.A., first game of the season, that pass on the sideline. The Pittsburgh game where he threw for 1 million touchdowns and I think was ahead of or pace with Peyton Manning when he threw the 54. Or Manning threw 55, I believe.
Yeah, 55.
And Mahomes would end up throwing 50.
Yep, tied with Brady. Only 3 guys to ever
Does
do
that
it.
record get broken, 55 touchdowns in a season?
Yeah, it will. Because that's what happens. We're going to keep adding games.
Yeah,
exactly.
Games, I guess in a
16-game season, probably it'll take someone like Mahomes who doesn't have film yet and is paired with 2 Hall of Famers and a Hall of Fame coach. So it's going to happen, but it'll take a lot of things. What's your moment?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many to choose from. So many.
Which is crazy, by the way. Just turned 30 years old. We've got a long...
Not even 30 yet.
You're right. Mile-long list.
Don't put age on that guy.
You're right. My fault.
Wasp, for many reasons. One, it had to be a play that was ran and perfected. Now, again, I think Tyreek Hill gets a lot of credit for that. I think Fisher gets a lot of credit for that, giving him a little bit of time. Again, happened to be against San Francisco, too. But the way that play was, they brought it in. Mahomes wanted to run it. They got the okay from Dad. And Andy's like, all right, run Wasp, right? And the way it's executed in the moment that it's executed back against the wall in the biggest game of the season, of the year, everyone's watching, that also catapults you to your first Super Bowl title. Yeah, the Texans game was great. The left-handed throw was awesome. That Pittsburgh game was great as well. The throw on 4th and 9, the run against Tennessee, all of that is great. But this is one where it was like, this was the Super Bowl. This wasn't a regular season game. This wasn't a divisional game. Hell, this wasn't a AFC championship game. This was you're down, your back's against the wall. Believe it was 4th down. Maybe not. Could be.
No, I think it was 3rd and 15.
Okay, 3rd and 15, long.
Yeah, 3rd and long.
Right.
And if they don't,
coming off of a penalty.
Yep.
And then bang, and then after that, it's just like, all right, just getting my arm loosened up. And it was over.
It's an amazing
And then
night.
after that,
was
anybody that would ever doubt him, I would say, do you not remember Wasp? Do you not remember the Super Bowl? Do you not remember the Tennessee game? Do you not remember Houston? Like, all those games were the prelims to that play. But it was that moment where I had seen enough before that, obviously, that had made my eyes pop out of my head. But to do that in a Super Bowl against that defense in that moment, to draw it up, deliver it, and throw it to that spot, he doesn't make that throw, the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Maybe that dynasty never happens.
100%.
And at that point, all hail St. Patrick, in my opinion.
Goosebumps. That day was great. Great night.
Oh, huge. After they did their little celebration in the end zone, up 11.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. Agree on the 49ers. This was the moment we all knew. A lot of people did know. His very first game, he had to come in and back and make sure Tyler Bray didn't give it away. That's that Tennessee Mac guy. Speaking of Tennessee, we'll dive into the other side. College basketball, Selection Sunday, the second greatest Sunday in sports, IMO. We dive into that as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Spring break is upon us, and if you're going to be headed out of town and flying out of KCI, you need to park at Park and Go because you know your car will always be protected. Whether it's the winter snow or the summer heat, you want to have your car parked under cover when you're out of town. And Park and Go does that. Every spot is covered parking, and Park and Go makes it so easy to make your reservation. After you book that flight, go to bookparkandgo.com. Reserve your parking spot right now, and then prepay, because when you prepay, you're going to save a ton of money and get their lowest rate as well. And then it's all taken care of. On the day of your flight, you show up, you give them your reservation, and they direct you right to that covered parking spot that's been reserved for you. As soon as you pull into that spot, the van meets you and takes you right to the airport terminal. You're good to go. No time at all. You're at the airport and you're relaxed. When you get back, Park and Go's there for you. Just grab your bags, walk off the plane, and the bus is right there. Jump on it, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Kick off the Royal season with 96.5 The Fan at Hollywood Casino. Join us for an exclusive 96.5 The Fan roundtable featuring Michael Massey, Josh Vernier, and other special guests on March 28th at 6 p.m. Don't miss your chance to get insider insights before the season begins.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Heartland Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship stresses that ED can cause. I say this with all confidence because we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Surely, it's likely you'll find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get the love back in your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM and make your picks in our March Matchups 250K Pick'em for your chance to win a share of bonus bets. It's free to play and easy to get started. Just log into your BetMGM account and predict what will happen at different points throughout the college basketball tournament. You'll earn points with every correct answer, which gives you a shot to win a share of bonus bets. Just pick what will happen throughout March Matchups, and if you make enough correct picks, you'll win a share of bonus bets. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
All right, I got an update for you. Remember last week I told you I started Awaken 180 weight loss? Well, in just 2 weeks, I've already lost 12 pounds. Yeah, 12 pounds in 2 weeks. And I know you're like, all right, Cody's been dodging all this stuff. You guys know we went out and did the big listener stuff last week. I'm not skipping dinners. I don't live in a bubble. It's not like that. It's been the opposite. So thanks to Awaken 180, I'm still living my normal life while dropping 12 pounds. Didn't stop me from doing all the normal stuff, just like you. Went to go watch basketball in person last week and everything else, all while losing the weight, and give you the tools you need to do it. Let them help you reach your weight loss goal, just exactly like they're doing for me. I wanted to improve my quality of life, and so can you. Makes me feel better, I feel better, and it's a weekly weight loss without the medications, and you receive free support for life. If you want to learn more, reserve your at-home consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com or give them a call, 844-346-1800.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 54.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Definitely a new day here on 96.5 The Fan. A new day in Cincinnati, a new day in Kansas City, a new day in Houston. And a new day for all of you out there that are filling out your brackets. Once again, tournament coverage here on 96.5 The Fan brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Playing games will be Tuesday, Wednesday. Then the action starts on Thursday. Of course, Thursday we get Mizzou at 6:35 on True TV. And then we get Kansas at 6:10 on CBS. Kansas will play I Have No Idea, and Missouri will play Drake.
Kansas
they play Arkansas.
Calipari. Yeah.
They got to go through the mob bosses to get to Mizzou in the Sweet 16. That was what I took away from Selection Sunday, which I do believe is the second greatest Sunday in sports. I think number one is Super Bowl Sunday. I don't think you can beat that.
Can't argue that.
I think number two is Selection Sunday because of what it means for everyone, right? I'm going through everyone, and then I'm going to get really biased on the last two. But I think that Selection Sunday, RIP to Greg Gumbel, wasn't the same. Great tribute from CBS, so well done to them. But Super Bowl Sunday, Selection Sunday, Masters Sunday, and then Championship Sunday in the NFL. Maybe I'm off my hinges. That's why I'm going to let you go.
I mean, the other Sundays in contention, I don't even know what they'd be. I think those are the top four.
I just don't know what they rank that way. Because Masters Sunday, I mean, you could ask Vern. Royals games are always going on. I remember producing Royals games, and I'm like, man, the Masters leaderboard's nuts. He'd be like, shut up. He goes, I've got it recorded. I go back home and I watch it. I don't look at any social media. Just because of what the Masters can mean. Obviously, Rory McIlroy wins today. Big roars on St. Patrick's Day. Beats JJ Suppan. No one knows.
Heard of him.
No, it doesn't matter. Rory wins the Players. The $4.5 million purse, a very heavy payout. Rory will be the favorite going into the Masters, I believe. Talking to our guy Drew Nixon over there, who also loves every sport, golf included.
I wonder if the odds are out.
We could get into prop agenda here in a little bit. But again,
I think, sorry, just real quick, think about your Sunday rankings. I think the only reason I'd put Championship Sunday above Masters Sunday is because Masters Sunday can suck sometimes.
Yeah, if like the guy's leading, like Tiger Woods at 97.
Yep.
When he's at like 14 under, the next guy was at 6.
You're like, cool.
Yeah, now
this
that's
is over.
But that's such an anomaly when that does happen.
That's few and far between.
Somebody has Kentucky Derby Sunday in there. To me, it's just like you wait all day for 2 minutes. It's like anniversary night.
Yeah.
You go all day. You go out and have drinks. You have dinner. You have a good time, and then it's over in 2 minutes.
It's fun 2 minutes, though.
But it is the anticipation that leads to it, the star power that shows up, everybody drinking the mint julep.
Yeah, it's the foreplay.
And again, I'm not going to get mad about anybody, but Somebody on the text like Master Sunday is better than Selection Sunday. Woo! That's fine. Whatever you want to do.
Teach
But
his own.
my top 4 Sundays, number 1, Super Bowl Sunday. I think we can all agree that's the unanimous winner in the clubhouse. That is the number 1 seed in the Sunday brackets. Number 2 to me is Selection Sunday, just because everything that comes out, you get to see who's cheated, who's not, when your team plays, where your team plays, who they play, the possibilities of what that could happen. Like, obviously, if Missouri and Kansas get to the Sweet 16, hello, McFly, would be awesome. And then I go Master Sunday third, and I go Championship Sunday in the NFL as the 4th best Sunday.
The odds for the Masters are out. Now, obviously, those could change. Rory just won, so there could be a
Scotty's
change in
still the
market.
favorite?
Scotty's still the favorite right now. It is close, plus 490. Rory at plus 600. So very close, just 100 points difference there or thereabouts. And then a big jump to
Morikawa?
No, Morikawa's a few more spots down. Ludwig Aberg?
Ludwig Aberg?
Ludwig Aberg? Aberg?
Oberg is how you say it, actually.
Okay.
Ludwig Oberg.
Ludwig Oberg. Oberg with an A? Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Okay. He's plus 1,300, and then Schauffele's 15, and then you got Rahm and Morikawa.
Okay. Yeah, the live guys obviously could play if they've won or qualified. So you will see Brooksy out there as well.
Yeah, Brooks Koepka plus 3,100.
See, there's where you throw a flyer.
Yep.
Because it's the major seasons, man. He puts more effort and more adrenaline and more talent comes out for Brooks Koepka when it comes to the majors.
11th in the odds there for Koepka. DeChambeau would be 8th, 9th. He's plus 2,200. So here you go. I mean, that's less than a month.
Somebody says the Kentucky Derby is on a Saturday, though. Yeah, it's not on a Sunday.
Yeah, good point.
So, yeah, there you go. What are your 4 rankings?
Yeah,
Super Bowl's number 1?
Super Bowl's number 1.
Championship
easy.
weekend's number 2?
No, I think. Yeah, no, it is.
Masters is 3, Selection is 4?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start bench cut. Masters Sunday, Selection Sunday, Championship Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Championship Sunday. I'll bench Masters. It is close, especially because I'm a football guy. It's really close. I love the Masters, and then I'll cut Selection Sunday. Love it, but with the internet, it's a little different than it used to be growing up. Maybe that's just me, the nostalgia. Selection Sunday as a kid hit different.
Fair point. But there is the possibility, and Raj in the Ozarks gives us the absolute banger of the text, which is what we're all thinking. Thursday night, local teams. One starts at 6, the other one starts at 6:30. You're in bed by 9. You've watched both teams play to see if they advance.
Yes, and you got the midday games. You got to watch the whole day slate, do what you want to do, lock on to where you want to lock on, then bang. 2 games back to back. In bed by 9.
Right.
Brioche.
And then the 4 number 1 seeds were also announced. Duke, the number 1, or Auburn, the number 1 overall. Duke, number 2. Houston, 3. And then Florida's the 4 number 1 seed.
Which is, and you could have made an argument for
2 SEC teams are 1 seeds.
Crazy.
What's more impressive? 2 SEC teams are 1 seeds, or 14 SEC teams made it, or North Carolina sneaks in.
Or that 4 SEC teams are 1 and 2s. You
That's
got
nuts.
4 of the top 8 are SEC. It's unbelievable, man.
Tennessee's a 2 seed.
Yep.
They played their way into that seed, I think.
I think they would have been the lower 2 seed. I mean, they were trying to play their way into a 1.
Yeah.
They
If they
were
beat
close.
Florida, would they have been a 1?
I think they would have been. They would have had to. You beat Auburn and Florida in back-to-back days. You got to be a 1 seed. Now, who would they have picked between, right? Because not all 3 of those would have made. That would have been the conversation there, but obviously Tennessee Florida rather made that easy with their win against Tennessee. They're the hottest team right now, I'd say, in the bracket.
Somebody says college football Selection Sunday is better.
Drew would be with you on that.
Fair point.
No, there's some that I could say. For me, it's, no, not like Selection Sunday.
Somebody says, for me, Selection Sundays just aren't what they used to be because you can go hop on the internet and find out real fast.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
point.
kind of what I'm saying, right? It doesn't hit the same.
I guess. Do you really know every seed, every place, every time they're playing, though, before they release them? Because I know there's that 1 year it leaked.
Yeah, that's.
And then since then, it hasn't happened.
No, they've been great about that.
Now, you obviously get Lenardi's projected top 1s, top 2s, top 3s, top 4s, and they're pretty accurate. But from a local standpoint this year, you want to know if Missouri and Kansas could possibly, be in the same bracket, maybe play day 2. Because I didn't know this until JT Noah told me. You can't play a team in the tournament in the first round if you've already played them that year. Like
Yes.
that can't happen.
Which is why the SEC was a huge conundrum for the bracket. There are 14 people. We got to make sure none of these match up.
Yeah, because I was screaming from the mountaintops, like, please let it be an 8-9 game between Kansas and Mizzou, which I guess
Please, that would have been awesome.
was impossible. And Harold Kuntz of Fox 4 was like, yes. And I was like, make it happen. Have the plums.
Just do it.
Yes, but it can't happen. I was like, damn it. The stuff you find out in the weird sports world at no matter what age you are, like how many people knew today that the Players' Championship was decided to play off through aggregate scoring through 3 holes?
No clue.
Right? Some people just didn't know that. Now, diehards know that. Just like diehards that follow college basketball knew that Kansas and Missouri couldn't play in the first round. I didn't know that. I honestly, hand to God, I did not know that that was a possibility. I didn't know that that was a part of the resume that couldn't happen.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I do like that.
So that we don't get like the 4th matchup if it happens again or something like that.
Well, part of it, and it's like I want these teams to not know each other well, especially in that first game. It's the newness of each matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm never going to watch Texas A&M play Yale. That's never going to happen except on Thursday at 7:25 on TBS.
But if you live in Kansas and you can gamble, like I had money on Memphis and UAB. Couldn't tell you anything about Memphis UAB. Now Memphis has a dog in the middle. His name's like Danger, Donnie Danger or something like that's his name. Big dude, number 42. I forget, maybe that's not his name, but it's something like Danger. It's like Donnie Danger. Big dude, massive of a man. Went coast to coast in that game against UAB. Just those are the type of guys that you find out in the tournament that you start to follow. Like, oh, well, they got this guy on their team. Florida has 6 guys that can run the court. Big, just strong. I really think Florida's the team to beat in the NCAA tournament. I didn't know that until I watched the SEC tournament when it got nitty-gritty, right? Like, I didn't know that until they started getting into the big games, right? Mizzou plays Florida. Mitchell doesn't play. Florida has their most competitive game, I think, of the tournament. And then, boom. And the last 2 times that Tennessee and Florida played, Florida beat them by 30 at home and then lost by 20 in Knoxville. And then they played in the tournament. Florida ran away with it late. But again, 14 teams of the SEC, 2 number 1 seeds, and 4 1 and 2 seeds. Dominant conference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Well, when there's multiple times, because I'm seeing on Twitter what you're saying about Florida, there are multiple teams of good fan bases, Tennessee included, but you could, add in your 3 or 4 or 5 seeds, or hoping that when bracketology is happening yesterday, that they hope they don't show up in the region that Florida is in. That's how hot Florida is right now. No one wants to see them.
No. That's the way this tournament always happens.
Would you rather see Duke or would you rather see Florida? That answer would have been different 2 weeks ago. Cooper Flag injury.
I don't know if that answer is still different. Because Duke still went through the ACC, not as strong as SEC, without Cooper Flag. And he's the guy that has to play in this tournament, and he's going to. He's going to be ready.
No, he's going to be great.
He's going to have the treatment. I don't know when Duke plays.
I've got that in front of me here somewhere. Duke plays Friday, 2:50 CBS. They will play either American or Mount St. Mary's.
Okay. So they'll play Friday, so he gets even more time to rest it. But Cooper Flag is that player in the tournament this year. He's the guy that we all know about. He's the guy that we're all going to watch. He's the guy that you can live in Tallahassee, you can live in Wyoming, you can live in Pebble Beach. You know who Cooper Flag is.
Everyone knows.
And he's the guy. And, of course, he plays for Duke. And he's going to be the number 1 overall consensus number 1 pick.
Like, and this is the thing about the March Madness and a guy like Cooper Flag. Like, you're naming all those people. And, like, add on in a week, like Hannah will know who Cooper Flag is. Like my fiance doesn't know a lick about basketball, a lick about sports. She's going to know Cooper Flag's name. She's going to recognize that face. That's what the tournament does for these A-list players, Cooper Flag being the tier 1 and echelon above anyone else this season. The NBA, just like college basketball needs Cooper Flag in March Madness for this month, the NBA, I would argue, needs Cooper Flag this month in these next 3 weeks, even more so than the NCAA in college basketball does. They need a new face. This is the number 1 pick. This is a guy who's relatable, who's from here, who went to Duke, an American-born guy. They really need him to show up.
Yeah, it could be the first American-born white guy taken number 1 overall in the NBA since Bill Walton in 1974 out of UCLA.
Unbelievable.
Wild. Almost, 50 years?
Yeah.
50 years, 51 years.
51 years. I mean, because you got these great players that we've talked about. That's not a lack of talent in the NBA, but how can we make these guys relatable? How can we make these guys what we want to be, what kids strive to want to be? And part of that is the American-born thing, and there hasn't been an American-born superstar. They thought Zion was going to be that guy.
Nope.
Tatum, for whatever reason, doesn't relate to the kids. He doesn't hit. He's not the face. Whatever, fine. They need Cooper Flag to be that guy.
And I think he could be.
I think he could be,
too. I
too.
saw some more characteristics come out of him later on in the season. I mean, there's knowing and then there's believing in yourself. There's knowing that you've got what it takes, and then there's believing you have what it takes. And I think that has come together for Cooper Flag. Obviously, a quick exit out of the ACC tournament due to injury, but he'll be back, as he has stated, that he's ready to go for the NCAA tournament. Which number 1 seed do you use the most vulnerable?
Most vulnerable?
Yeah. Is it Duke because of the question of injury, or is it Auburn because they have all the eyes on them and they're the number 1 overall seed?
I actually think it would be Duke, not because of the injury. I think I would have said this either way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's, sure, you would have said this either way. I think I would have because they've got 3 freshmen starting.
Mm-hmm.
And I know 2 of them are going to be top 10 picks, one of which we just went on in Cooper Flagg, and then, of course, Con Knipple, and then they've got that center who's really good as well. But 3 freshmen in a tournament game, you're going to see guys who have 5, 6 seniors, who have multiple juniors, upperclassmen, and I think that really matters in a tournament game. Because out of nowhere, there's going to be a 1-2-2 push and a 2-3 zone, and then you're just going to go, wait, what? And there's going to be weird 2-minute stretches in these games where if you have a junior or senior, like, we know what to do here. Let's go to this offense. Let's run this good. Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple will be like, I haven't seen this. I don't know what we do here.
I think that's the best part about the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Because in 2008, when all 4 number 1 seeds made it, that ended up being the number 1 story. But deep down in that whole season, that's where Steph Curry was discovered out of Davidson.
It's true.
Right? Like, nobody really probably knew who Steph Curry was. And then all of a sudden, Davidson goes on this run, and it's all led by Stephen Curry, who I think they were still calling him Stephen at the time, out of Davidson. He was this, kid that could shoot, put up all these numbers, and then play Kansas. And then they didn't let Steph Curry shoot the last shot, which is what I remember about that game because I was still serving tables at Red Robin when that game was going on. Elite Eight game, please don't do that. Elite, just PTSD. Late rush, and all of a sudden it's like final second. Everybody in the restaurant just stopped and looked at the TVs back in the day when they were the big square TVs in the corner of the restaurant, and we're watching it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, is 30 going to shoot? Is 30 going to shoot? And then pass off, miss. Final 4 happens. KU routs North Carolina, goes and plays Memphis. Obviously, Mario's miracle against Derrick Rose in the Memphis, which, by the way, was against John Calipari, who also beat Bill Self in a championship game with Anthony Davis in Kentucky, who now will play Bill Self in the opening round for Arkansas.
Again.
Yeah,
back again, Jayhawks.
Yeah. So you get Calipari in Arkansas versus KU and Self, which there's always that, right? Just how people say there's always that 12-5 upset. There's the 10-7 upset. I don't think a 1 seed loses in the opening round this year like it has happened in the past with Virginia, and I believe somebody else as well recently has lost the number 1 overall seed in the first round.
That Virginia loss, that one was crazy.
Oh, man,
I had them winning it all that year.
Virginia?
Michigan State.
And Tony Bennett?
Yep. Michigan State had a year where they lost to MTSU. They lost as a 2 seed, though. That was a few years back. Another good storyline, UConn. Not the UConn of these last 2 years, right? I think 4 players to the NBA draft last season from that team. They are in the tournament. They're an 8 seed. Everyone's going to be talking about them because of the back-to-back title defense.
Who's the 9 seed they play?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
So it'll be a fun game.
So another SEC game.
SEC game.
And then the winner of that plays the 1 seed in that bracket.
Yes, sir. That'll be, so they will play, it'll be UConn in Florida or Oklahoma in Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So then that
fun.
wouldn't make sense that you can't play conference team until the Sweet 16 because Oklahoma and Florida are in the SEC. So that rule's debunked.
Yeah, but that first game,
it's
week.
just the first round that you cannot play a rematch.
I don't think mathematically it'd even be possible with how many SEC teams made it.
Right.
Unless all of them lose, right?
Oh, yeah. Purdue was the 1 seed that lost.
Ah, yes.
So Purdue and Virginia. Good job, text line.
Thank you.
Yeah, Purdue lost Matt Painter's boys and Zach Eddie.
Zach Edey.
Did better than I thought he would do as a rookie.
Yeah, I know. He's good.
Is he going to win Rookie of the Year?
No, it's... Actually, don't know who it's going to be.
Odds-on favorite, according to FanDuel, and Prop Agenda. The new bit coming to Fescoe and Dusty, created by Dusty and Mac.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll have to come on Prop Agenda and give everyone our Final Fours.
Yeah, Final Four.
We're going to do Final Four champion.
Which everybody that's listening today knows that I'm taking Florida. But yeah, I mean, the North Carolina gets in. Somebody on the text line said they're a North Carolina fan. And even they were surprised they got in, thought West Virginia deserved to be in. Who West Virginia did beat KU at home, but with KU slightly deteriorating off, that didn't become that big of an impressive win. But Mizzou fans, you get the bragging rights. You're a higher seed than Kansas.
Yeah,
right?
that's
You're
huge.
a 6, they're a 7. Either way you want to look at it. It's like the fully guaranteed contract. Didn't give them fully guaranteed. Left $1 million off the table. But I don't think this is a year where a number 1 seed goes out. I think you could probably take 2 number 1 seeds to the Final Four this year.
I think that's fair.
I think Auburn and Florida would be your 2 favorites. I know Duke's there. I said earlier that Duke's win the national championship, but after watching the SEC tournament and watching how good Florida is, depth-wise, speed-wise, talent-wise,
we don't want to sleep on Houston either.
And Houston's big, too.
We know what they can do.
And Houston's massive.
Defensively, they are next level.
Yeah. And, but I mean, like, this is why the tournament is so great. Like, we have no idea what to think except for the last couple weeks that we've watched. The other thing that's great is like NIL has helped not only, I don't know what it's helped more, like the tournament in football or the tournament in basketball. Now, obviously, it's probably irrelevant to UConn the last 2 years because they kept the same core together and took them out there and won back-to-back titles. But, I mean, you look at when Baylor won in the bubble, that was tons of transfers for Scott Drew.
Yeah, pretty much like solely transfers.
Right. And then you look at this year and you're like, okay, well, who's going to be the team? Is it going to be Duke, who got all their recruits? It got to be the number 1 seed and the number 2 overall number 1 seed with Cooper Flagg and riding that superstardom. Is it Auburn with their big dudes? Broom's a stud.
Yeah, Janai Broom's great.
Kelly is a 3-point, can be that guy that can just get hot out of nowhere. Or is there that dark horse team that maybe people aren't thinking about right now that could be like a 3 seed that makes it a deep run because of how deep this tournament is? Like we said, 14 SEC teams. It's massive. It's huge. Were there 8 Big 12 teams?
Yeah, I believe so. 8 Big 12 teams.
And that was the next best?
Yeah,
or was
and
Big 10?
No, I think you're right. I think it was that and then Big 10 after that. Now, and if SEC does this again next, not 14, but let's say they get 10 or 11, does that torch get passed from the ACC to the SEC?
Yeah, I think it got passed last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know where were we at. Because I know down, obviously, Tennessee, where I was living, that torch has been passed.
Right.
But that's SEC country, so I didn't know.
Somebody says, is Houston realistically the only Big 12 team that has a chance? Unless Texas Tech gets hot, because they can be good. They're tall, they're deep, they're fast as well. But yeah, Houston should be. I mean, they're a number 1 seed again. Yeah, they were number 1 seed last year.
I don't see Iowa State. I know they're really good, but I don't see a tournament run.
Somebody says they have Louisville upsetting Auburn. So we've already got bracket people that have filled out.
Here we go.
Normally I wait till Wednesday. Because obviously we do a bracket here. I'll do another one with BetQL with a guy that I got connected with down at Radio Row. He sent me a message. Do you want to do this? It's
nice.
$10. It's $10. If I can put $10 on Rory to win a tournament on a playoff, I can put $10 on a bracket. Do 3 brackets, $30. Call it a day. Maybe finish one of them in the prize money. I don't know. Could be fun.
So you've got Auburn. They got Auburn losing in the round of 32. Second round over there in Lexington.
And see, that's what's great is like busted brackets, the ESPN $1 million race. How many brackets are still perfect after every round? How that number just dissipates throughout the days. It is a good time for the sports world because it is gearing into the Masters, gearing into opening day, 10 days away from opening day. And then here comes our tournament, which tournament coverage here on 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Coming up on the other side, we get to the brioche of the weekend here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more this doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rush? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM and make your picks in our March Matchups 250K Pick'em for your chance to win a share of bonus bets. It's free to play and easy to get started. Just log into your BetMGM account and predict what will happen at different points throughout the college basketball tournament. You'll earn points with every correct answer, which gives you a shot to win a share of bonus bets. Just pick what will happen throughout March Matchups, and if you make enough correct picks, you'll win a share of bonus bets. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, nothing's for sure. Bet the unexpected every upset every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings is offering all customers a no-sweat parlay every single day. How does it work? Opt in and place a bet on any parlay. If your bet doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code 965. That's code 965 to get a no-sweat parlay every single day. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Kansas only. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Eligibility and wagering restrictions apply. Opt in to get one no-sweat bet. No-sweat bonus bet issued in amount of losing qualifying bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Maximum reward and qualifying bet criteria vary. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Get ready for the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship, March 20th through the 25th at Municipal Auditorium in KC. 16 teams, 15 games. 6 days, one national champion. Don't miss out on nonstop college basketball action. Budget-friendly tickets are available now at NAIAHoops.com.
With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns in your head, echo, yeah. In your head, zombie, 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 what's in your head, zombie, zombie,
Happy Monday morning to you. 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Royals, K-State Wildcats, and, of course, Kansas City sports in general. Got bracketology talk, KU, MU, right next to each other. Thursday night's going to be electric. Of course, tournament coverage on 96.5 The Fan brought to you by Twin Peaks Eats, Drinks, and Scenic Views. Dusty Likens and Mac Morey with you. No Bob Fescoe this week as we ride you through the rest of this show. Cody and Gold coming up 10 to 2. And, of course, The Drive with Rob and Carrington from 2 to 6. And I'm sure there'll be some good MU-KU talk between those two coming up this afternoon. Of course, breaking news in this hour was the Derek Stingley contract. 3-year extension for him on the Houston Texans, $90 million, 89 of that guaranteed, so just $1 million off from being fully guaranteed. I'm sure the owners are excited about that. That would have been a big fight had it been fully guaranteed. That's been the standard there for the owners in the NFL, refraining from ever having a fully guaranteed contract. That one just $1 million shy of that. So the all-pro corner for the Houston Texans gets 3 years extended. He's 24 years old, or about to be 24 years old. McDuffie going to be 25 by the time next season starts. So that did beg us to ask you guys the question. 913-586-7965. Do the Chiefs spend that kind of money on Trip McDuffie? Is that the way that they would go? Is that the direction that they should head? Would that be the price tag? Derek Stingley, taller, longer, man coverage, physical press, corner on the outside against those X-wide receivers. We've seen McDuffie do that this last season, especially 2 years ago as well, but especially last year, fully fledged in that role with the loss of L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know if that's where he is most valuable, though, because we've seen him be an all-pro in the slot. And I think that Christian Fulton signing, at least in my mind, the Christian Fulton signing was, okay, let's get McDuffie back in his rightful place in the slot. Pressed up against people, blitzing, getting to tackle, almost being like this sort of Swiss Army knife for Steve Spagnuolo, but of course at all times being the lockdown guy that he is, but refraining from doing that on the outside. I always go back to a play against Cortland Sutton and the Broncos. Now, he got burned, and every corner gets burned. It's a bad play, but again, that's a bigger wide receiver, bigger bodied guy. And we saw, I think it was David Moore, a bigger bodied wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers in week 13 or whatever it was, that got the best of Trent McDuffie quite a few times. So 913-586-7965. What direction would you guys head as far as paying Trent McDuffie, Derek Stingley, 3-year extension, 89 of 90 guaranteed?
What say you, text line? Sign McDuffie or play out the season, and it's been fun?
Because you have this season and you'd have next year, right? I believe so.
Yeah. Really?
He's a first-round pick in 2022, so you get
5 years? No, was he? Yeah, first round.
Yeah, so you get 5 years, so...
And this is year 4?
Yeah. Well, we're going into year 4. I think so. Well, let me look it up.
Boy, that's an expensive contract.
Yeah, we're going into year 4, yeah.
Because a lot of people, I was surprised, were like, no. Didn't get it. Somebody says, bro, from Miles, the more I look at that East bracket, is tough. That's what Duke, number 1 overall seed. Because somebody that had mentioned Auburn being the number 1 overall seed could lose to Louisville. That's how you say it, by the way. Louisville? Yeah, Kay Adams taught me that.
That's it. Yeah, that game will be in Lexington, so that's kind of a home pick there.
Do you believe in that?
I don't hate that. I do not hate that. I won't be picking that because Bruce Pearl is like...
That's also not that far of a drive for people in Auburn.
You're right. It's a good point.
And if you believe, do you believe? Nah. You don't believe. Yeah, so
that is a fun. That's a fun little portion of the bracket there, though. The East. Okay, so people are saying the East is their scariest. Trying to see. Okay.
So the SEC dominates in all college sports: baseball, basketball, football.
Hell yeah!
Just SEC is
just means more, baby.
Is that because that's where all the money is? Is that obvious? You just you gravitate towards the cash.
Yeah, money, and then I think football. That's the world of football is down there in the South, so they're going to get that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think money helps, but they had baseball before this too, right? I mean, baseball was SEC too. I don't know.
Yeah, because Tennessee's the reigning defending champion in baseball.
Yep.
Football is who just won? Ohio State's a Big Ten.
Yeah, no, yeah. SEC didn't do well in football this year. I mean, to their standard,
which is winning.
Yeah, winning it all every time. Exactly.
Somebody says, I don't know if y'all mentioned it, but SEC dominated as indicator that it's football country. The other sports programs benefiting off the success of their football programs. Coincidence or not? I just think that's where the money is.
Yeah, I think they're really good schools too. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about big universities. And yeah, you mentioned like Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't a school that was good at any of these sports 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Money's a huge part of that. Yeah. Football is not.
Somebody from the 816 says, pay the man with incentives with guaranteed at the end. Houston's a loser and stupid. And then somebody from the 816, what? With 6 question marks. I'm just throwing up the conversation, right? Obviously, what was his name? Got signed from Houston?
Derek Stingley.
Stingley gets signed, $89 million guaranteed on a $90 million contract, so saves face with the owners, so it's not fully guaranteed. We're not in the NBA yet. We're going there. Are we going there?
For the players' sake, I hope so.
Yeah.
Something needs to change.
Somebody says, who's to say Louisville can beat Creighton?
Well, hey, yeah, exactly.
I'm not. This is where we're at, baby.
Dude, hey, 314.
This is why we're here.
Sell me, man.
March Madness. You know, the possibility that Mizzou and KU could play in the Sweet 16 is insane. The fact that if Bill Self wants to get to the Sweet 16, he's got to beat the Dons. He's got to beat Gallup, and then he's got to beat Patino.
Rick Patino.
How you doing? You thought I was done. I went to St. John's. How you doing? If it doesn't come out right, I send it back. So, could be fun. Pay McDuffie from the 913. We have a Hall of Famer. If he rewrites his contract, then do those years, add on after this rookie ends and replace with the rookie years. Yeah, I mean, look, Cody's that way because I told them, I was like, kind of give them like a prelimp of what's going to happen on their text line. what people are thinking. And Cody's like, look, you could give him like the first 2 years as like the cheap contracts, and then obviously load it towards the backside of it, and then have the team option or the whatever in the third or fourth year of that contract. So, look, I'm on this team side of saying that they're more than likely going to keep McDuffie. It's just going to be very, very expensive. And he's, 24? He'll be 25 when the season starts.
Yeah.
And then
thereabouts.
by the time you get into that third year of the contract, he's 28. You're paying a corner $40 million at 28. It's a lot. It's just, hey, it's a business. You can discuss it. It's fine. Let's get into the brioche of the weekend.
Brioche of the weekend.
Big brioche guy.
Love that. Yeah, good take. Lot to choose from. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, it was. Great weekend this weekend. If you like the snow, you got a little bit of that on Saturday into Sunday morning. That was weird.
It was very weird, dude.
It was like lazy day Saturday, watching college basketball. Went and got longboards on Saturday. I had done, and then came back, and I was like, is that sleet? Wait, is that snow?
Yeah.
And then I saw Alex's tweet, it's snowing? What the F? And I think everybody was the same way. But no, my brioche of the weekend goes to something that I have a reality check with. Because somebody had told me, hey, Dusty. I said, hey, what's up? They said, I know this isn't really your forte, but have you gotten out to see a Savannah Bananas baseball game? I said, no, I'm not really into the Harlem Globetrotters type of stuff. Right? That's basically what it is, Harlem Globetrotter baseball. I went to one Harlem Globetrotter basketball game. It was fun. I was 6. I got a basketball. It was cool to watch.
That's cool.
And I never really gave the Savannah Bananas a chance. I have been checked into reality that I will do that. I will make my way to a Savannah Bananas game because brioche of the weekend, they sold out a damn NFL stadium, dude. They sold out an NFL stadium.
Like over 60,000 people.
Bananas.
Oh, God.
But I mean, I know. But the fact, I get that one. I own that. I take that. But my brioche of the weekend, Mac Maury, is the
Great.
Savannah Bananas selling out a NFL stadium. Props to the Bananas.
Seriously.
That is absolutely
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Coincidence that Fescoe had his first banana split and the Savannah Bananas sold out.
Hey, there you go,
There
Bob.
you go. What's your brioche of the weekend?
Side Pockets, fun bar. It was good. A lot of pool, a lot of darts. It was a good time.
Darts is in SIGs or darts is in thrown?
Darts is throwing.
Because that place reeks sometimes, but there's still some SIGs in those walls, baby.
It did. We were asking how old the carpets were because you can get those. That smell, baby.
No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Go out there and do something nice for somebody today. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Call somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Stay safe. Stay kind, Kansas City. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show